Anundson and Monkey are the deep man, hoping to get a chance to return, but Ireland showing that great leg in the pregame warm-up. Should be surprised if he doesn't kick it into the end zone. Here's the boot, and this one will sail deep, and Anundson right at the goal line. Back across the 5, 10, 15, outside to the 20, hit at the 25 and spins forward to the 26. And brought down there, and it'll be 1st and 10 for South Dakota State at their own 26-yard line.
Boy, there was a crease there momentarily, but it got filled in a hurry.
So the Jackrabbits on offense. Ryan Berry has been the starter for all 3 games this year. The junior out of Watertown, 57% passing so far, 530 yards through the first 3 games. And he'll start with a couple of wide receivers, send one to the left side, Dobler, and split Jerron Harris out to the right. Corey Koenig is the starting tailback, and the Jacks go with the double tight end, using one as an H-back. And on first down, Berry works under center here from the 26. Berry is going to roll left on the play action, throw out in the flat. There's Wagner across the 30, 35 to the 40, and a first down at the 43-yard line. So with one catch through the first 3 games, they go to their tight end and pick up a big first down on the pass to Chris Wagner.
Well, we've been waiting to see that. Chris Wagner looks as healthy as he's been. He twisted an ankle in the Western Illinois game. Has been a little gimpy since then. Looked pretty good that time on the rollout.
They'll mark at the 42-yard line after the gain of 16 on the catch by Chris Wagner. And now the Jacks 1st and 10 there, and Berry going to work out of the shotgun here. Wide receivers left and right. On first down from the 42, Berry will keep it on the ground. Koenig trying to inch it forward across the 45, falls forward to the 46, picks up about 4 with his first carry, and that's about what he's averaging, 4.3 yards a carry coming into this contest.
Well, the coaches upstairs looking to see what kind of defense Texas State's going to present, and trying to give them plays that they think can easily exploit that.
Texas State defensively has a pair of brothers in their lineup, a senior Nick Clark at the defensive end spot, and a true freshman Marcus Clark is a linebacker who had a great week against Baylor a week ago. Berry works under center this time on second down and about 6. Jacks at their own 46-yard line. On second down, he ran into his running back. Koenig bounced off of him and takes it up near midfield. And he'll make a positive play on what started to be a miscue as the quarterback and running back ran into each other.
A little left-hand, right-hand confusion there as Koenig was trying to go the other side of Ryan Berry.
So it'll set up a 3rd and short from the midfield stripe. It'll be 3rd and 2. The Jacks take out all 3 of the tight ends they have in their lineup. And instead, they'll bring on a couple of extra wide receivers, plus Kyle Manette. And they work with Manette in the backfield along with Koenig. And send 2 wideouts to the right and 1 more to the left. And Berry on 3rd and 2 works out of the shotgun. Here's Berry with a long count on 3rd and short. Movement on the left side of the line and a flag down. Berry to throw. It's short but caught. First down, Jerron Harris at the 42. Then he dropped it. Incomplete. Incomplete pass, but I think they're going to get a first down via penalty because it looked like the right side of the Bobcat defensive line had an early jump.
Ryan Berry gave a real hard vocal charge on that one, and I think a safety or a DB trying to stun on that play got caught in the middle.
So the first penalty goes against Texas State, offsides. And the Jacks will pick up a first down via the penalty, mark it at the 45-yard line of Texas State. Just underway, 12:58 to go, opening quarter. Jacks with the opening drive. And they start 1st and 10 here at Texas State's 45-yard line. Anundson in as a wide receiver, comes out to the right side. And the Jacks go with 3 tight ends. A tight formation, Graving in the lineup with Wagner and Anderson. And Anderson in the backfield is split with Koenig. The handoff will be to Koenig straight ahead. He'll punch it forward, fight his way near the 40-yard line, and a helmet comes flying out of the stack. Koenig picked up about 5 yards.
And that was Corey losing his helmet.
As soon as he got stood up, somebody from the side popped it off, and it was coming off as he was still trying to go forward. So dangerous for Corey, but he's up and okay.
Gain is 4. They mark at the 41-yard line. 2nd down and 6 for the Jacks. Texas State defensive ends are Clark and Langford, Wellington to Shield, and Ramel Borner the tackles. We mentioned Marcus Clark with Travis Houston and Chase Pulley with the linebackers. And then they have Javoris Crenshaw and Morgan Taylor at the corners. Mike Rutledge and Danielle Varver are their safeties. Here's Berry to work out of the shotgun on 2nd down. Long count by Berry, who drops to throw now. Berry throws short behind Manette, incomplete. Manette was open there momentarily, but he had the ball thrown a bit behind him. Linebacker Chase Pulliam was coming up to make a hit on him, but he would have had a reception and a gain on the play had that pass been thrown in the breadbasket.
Bobcats coming with 1 extra guy, a linebacker off the edge. It was picked up well And Ryan Berry had time just a little bit behind Manette on the toss.
And the Jacks working into the wind, so they're not in field goal range yet as they sit at the 41-yard line of Texas State. Harris and Dobler out to the left. Anundsen and Fox out to the right. 4 wide receivers. Koenig the lone setback. Berry out of the shotgun here on 3rd and 6. Berry takes the snap. Steps, drops, hit as he throws, and it is going to be incomplete. Nearly picked off. He was going down as he threw that ball, and Travis Houston, the linebacker, the leading tackler for Texas State, made a dive but couldn't come up with it. The Jacks will have to punt it away.
Ryan Berry comes off a little gingerly. He took a pretty good pop just as he threw that ball.
That was that Marcus Clark, 5'10" freshman. He came through and gave a pretty good lick to Ryan right in the back.
So Dean Pretty will try to kick it away into a stiff breeze. And he stands at his own 45-yard line. Crosby, the return man for Texas State, at his own 10. Good snap. Here's the first boot of the night by Pretty. Pretty good punt. And fair catch call. They let it hit, and it bounds near the 10 and will roll dead at about the 9-yard line of Texas State.
32-yard punt, but an effective one as it was up in the air and died right there.
So the Bobcats of Texas State go on offense for the first time. And the Jackrabbits do have Brock Gentile back at the cornerback spot, playing the left corner, coming back off an injury a week ago as he missed the Northern Iowa game. Texas State will start inside their own 10-yard line. The ball set just shy of the 10, so let's call it the 10 as they send 3 wideouts to the left side, including Cameron Luke along with Crosby and Adrian Thomas. One setback is Zwingy behind quarterback Bradley George, who works under center. On first down, he'll keep it on the ground. Zwingy trying to cut off the right side, inches it out maybe the 11 or 12, and that's about it. Zwingy, the 190-pound junior out of Fredericksburg, Texas, is their leading rusher. 221 yards through the first 3 games, and they'll give him 2 on this carry. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 12.
Justin Kubish getting in there, also Danny Batten and Brock Gentile right up on the line of scrimmage. He's got that hand wrap, but he was right in the middle of that pile.
So 2nd down and 8 for Texas State at their own 12-yard line. And Corey Scott, a freshman, will check in. He's got 9 receptions as a true freshman. He's out to the right side. As now a handoff will be on the end around of the wide receiver, out across the 15, 20, falls forward to the 22, and a first down. So they put the wide receiver in motion. That was Carrington Bush, and brought him back. And Bush, who actually is the number 3 tailback on their roster, was set out in the slot, came back at the handoff, and a first down carry.
Pretty good blocking on the edge there too. Jacks had a couple of shots at him, but just some quick moves there.
1st and 10 at the 22 for Texas State. And they'll keep Bush in the lineup, the redshirt freshman running back. He's the lone setback behind George. 3 wide receivers, 2 right and 1 left. From the 22-yard line, Texas State. George hands it off again. Bush up the middle. He'll be wrapped up as he got to the 25, may fall forward to the 26. He'll pick up close to 4 yards. He is wrapped up there by a host of blue shirts. First one to get him was at the end slanting down, and that was Eric Schroeder. And it's going to be 2nd down, and let's call it about 6.5 for Texas State.
Eric Schroeder on that play was going for the strip, and it looked like that ball was starting to come out, and he came up off the bottom of the pile with the ball, but they're saying that he was down before he came up with the ball. Nearly a fumble.
2 wideouts to the right, 1 split to the left. George works under center with Bush the setback behind him. Sends a man in motion, the tight end Galen Dunk. And he'll hand it off again to Bush up the right side. Big hole out across the 30, 35 to the 40. He's finally wrapped up there after a big gainer that's going to net him another first down. And that time it had to be the secondary to help out, and Andrew Hugavine, the strong safety, had to make the stop.
Yeah, just a crease off the right side, and the running back very quick to the hole.
So mark it 1st and 10, Texas State at their own 40-yard line. And this time they send Scott out wide to the right side. Split 2 men to the left. Corey Hickerson is in as 1 wide receiver. And under center is Bradley George. Dunk goes in motion again. George going to keep it on the ground. Bush tripped up behind the line though and dropped for a loss this time. Tried the right side, and the Jacks were there in a hurry. And the first one to get a hand on him was Schroeder again. And the loss back to the 39-yard line will make it 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Schroeder came from the backside and got him, so very good pursuit.
2nd and 11 for Texas State. They break the huddle in a hurry. Thomas wide to the left. Move Delbert Current, another wide receiver, in the slot to the left. They use a lot of wide receivers. Bush the lone setback. George on 2nd down and 11. From his own 39, Bradley George, a 6'6 quarterback, drops the throw, left side, caught. Thomas midfield, first down, he'll get to the 45. Finally wrapped up there, but that was just a quick slant. And before Tyler Cook could wrap him up, he's got another first down outside the Jacks 45-yard line.
And that slant exploiting that gap in the Jacks zone coverage, as I'm sure they look carefully at the tapes from last week's game where UNI was very successful running that same play.
So 1st and 10, Texas State. They're in Jackrabbit territory. South Dakota State got into Bobcat territory with their opening drive, which finally stalled. Now 1st and 10, Texas State at the Jacks 45. Hickerson comes back in motion left to right. Quarterback dropped the snap, and George trying to fall on it. Looks like he may have gotten it back, but he'll lose some yardage as they'll drop him at about the 47-yard line, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
He just dropped the ball. He just dropped the snap from center. Never got control of it.
Bradley George, 6'6", 230, a sophomore, New Braunfels, Texas. He's hit 54% of his passes so far, 723 yards in the first 3 games. 3 wideouts to the right and 2 more to the left. Empty backfield this time for George. He'll work out of the shotgun. Passing situation, 2nd and 12, Jacks 47. George looks left side, throws, got Thomas 45, and he'll be forced out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Actually saying knee hit before he got out, so the clock will run. Brock Campbell coming up from the secondary makes the tackle. And the gain is minimal. Mark at the 42 of the Jacks, where it'll be 3rd and about 6.
Good reaction that time as the Jacks sent a linebacker. Brock Campbell coming from the inside out to get to the sideline.
So a big 3rd down play here in the first Texas State drive of the evening. No score, 7:50 and ticking in the opening period. 3 wideouts, all set to the right side. Jackrabbit faithful cheering on the defense. Bradley George works out of the shotgun. Brings a man back in motion. And on the 3rd and long, takes the snap, drops to throw, looks over the middle, throws, got his man at the 40, and he looks for the first down, and he'll be close to it. They finally corral him at the 36-yard line. He may have gotten the first down. His initial catch was shy of a first down, but 3 Jacks surrounded him, and before they could get him down, Chris Johnson among them, he may have gotten the 1st and 10. Let's see where they spot it.
Yeah, Jimmy Rogers also quickly over there. Looks
gonna have to
close.
measure it, yeah.
Yep. Looks a little short there. What do you think, Scotty?
Just shy, I think, by the chains there. If they, that spot right there, I think is going to be just short.
Well, they do have a big wind at their back, and they do have a kicker with a strong leg. It would be about a 53-yard field goal from there if they do not make this first down and choose to kick. They stretch the chains out, and it'll be just short. So decision time for Texas State coach Brad Wright in his first year. He has spent 3 years under David Bailiff, the former coach who went on to become the head man at Baylor. And Brad Wright's first year as head man, and is he going to send out the kick team or go for it? He's going to go for it.
They're going to go for it.
4th and less than a yard outside the Jackrabbit 36-yard line. So a big early play here. The play comes in from the sidelines from Corey Hickerson. And Bradley George is going to work under center. 4th and inches. The quarterback, 6'6", could probably fall forward for the first down, but he hands it to the tailback, and he'll get the first down as he plunges to the 35. So they simple handoff to the running back, and good enough to get the first down as Zwingy, who started at the halfback spot, gets it to the 35. He only gained about 1.5 yards, but that's all he needed.
Just a quick hitter on the left side, and Jacks had it loaded there, but a bigger push by the Bobcats.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Texas State, as they'll bring Morris Crosby, an extra wide receiver, into the ball game. And Crosby will come out to the left side while Scott is split right, double tight end this time. And Zwingy the lone setback. George works under center from the Jacks 35. Crosby comes back in motion, and they hand it off to him. He cuts the corner, and then he'll be run down at about the 33-yard line. So the speedy Crosby is run down after a gain of only a couple of yards. Again, it's Campbell coming up from the secondary, the free safety. And Brock Campbell, the junior out of Cherokee, Iowa, makes the stop.
Well, they tried that end around going the other way, too, and using their speedy wideouts coming around. Jack's doing a better job of defense than that.
That time, too, Brock Gentili getting in on the plays. He's got that heavy bandage on the left hand. He was begging to play last week's game, but Coach Stig, no, we'll see you next week.
George under center here on 2nd and long. Zwingy the lone setback. George Going to run the option, slides down the line, keeps it himself, and is tripped up shy of the 31. They say he doesn't run a whole lot. They will run the option on occasion, and that time they kind of got out of sync with the tailback swinging, and he had no choice but to run it. They give him the 31, and it becomes 3rd down and about 6.
Yeah, Danny Batten on the tackle. Also, Eric Schroeder a little slow in getting up.
Yeah, Schroeder going to be helped off here. The official took time out for him to leave the field.
He kind of got left at the bottom of the pile, I believe.
He was on his left-hand side there. I think it's just his left shoulder. He just kind of got twisted up in the bottom of that pile.
Stephen Bojeda, the sophomore out of Howells, Nebraska, will replace him in that interior line. 3rd down and 6 for Texas State at the Jackrabbit 31. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 split to the left. George works under center. Zwingy the lone setback. And George drops to throw. He throws to the flat, incomplete. Boy, Jason Bonwell was cut down by Zwingy, who did a great job of saving his quarterback from being leveled, but it threw him enough off balance that he threw an awkward pass.
I was afraid there for a second they were going to throw a flag on Justin Kubish. He got tangled up with Morris Crosby, who was coming across.
Well, Ireland has a good leg, and he also has the wind at his back. They're going to set this down to 38, so it's a 48-yard field goal attempt. We saw him make these in practice into the wind. This time he's got the wind at his back. He's got a strong leg. He's 3 of 4 beyond 40 yards. Ball is put down. Here's his kick. It is up. It is long enough, and the kick is going to be good. So with 5:24 left to go in the opening quarter, it's a 48-yard field goal by Andrew Ireland, and it's Texas State 3, South Dakota State nothing. 5:24 left in the opening quarter. The Jacks opening drive, they had to punt, although they got into Texas State territory. Texas State's opening drive gets them into Jacks territory, and they settle for a 48-yard field goal that puts them up 3-zip.
And that a 13-play drive that took almost 7 minutes as they came down the field. Jack's defense finally putting pressure on the quarterback and forcing an incomplete pass as they hurried Bradley George and forced the field goal.
So Ireland has it teed up again, and Anundson back near the goal line was able to have a run back last time of about 25 yards. Here's the boot. It'll sail deep again, and this time the same spot right at the 1. Anundson back across the 10, up the middle of the 15, 20. Oh, and tripped up from behind as he crossed the 25 and brought down at the 26-yard line, and that's exactly where the Jacks started the last time they had the ball.
Michael Rutledge, a linebacker, flying across field. Again, it looked like Anundson had a crease there, but they covered that very well.
So 1st and 10 for the Jacks. Will actually give them an extra yard to the 27. And the Jacks start 1 yard further upfield than they started their last drive. It'll be Fox out wide to the left. Glenn Fox, the lone wideout, as they start with both running backs, Coney and Manette in the backfield, and a double tight end as well. And Berry going to work out of the shotgun from the 27-yard line. On 1st down, Ryan Berry will take the snap, and Berry will keep it on the ground as they try to send Koenig up the middle. There's no running room. He gets thrown backwards all the way inside the 25, but forward progress will net him a yard gain to the 28. 2nd down and 9.
Tried to use a little misdirection that time with the Manette, and the Bobcats weren't buying it.
So 2nd and 9, South Dakota State. Jacks came in with 268 yards a game of offense, 91 on the ground, 177 through the air. Likely to need more than that tonight against this Texas State offense. Harris out wide left. Saunders Montague comes on as a wide out to the right side. And they'll move Fox in the slot to the right. 3 wideouts. Now 4. 2 left and 2 right. And out of the shotgun is Berry on 2nd and long. He drops to throw. Looks, steps up in the pocket, fires short. Got off Montague. Saunders across the 35 to the 40, and a 1st down to the 41. As Montague gets his first catch as a Jackrabbit. The transfer out of Scottsdale Community College, 6'1", 190-pound junior from Gilbert, Arizona, has his first SDSU catch and a 1st down for the Jacks at the 41-yard line.
Guys, that time Ryan Berry stood in the pocket, feeling a little pressure on this left-hand side. 6 foot, 326. Raymil Borner was just bearing on him and got the pass off. Good completion.
Jacks 1st and 10, their own 41-yard line. They'll go with the 2 backs, Koenig and Manette. Side by side, Berry, who works out of the shotgun. Harris comes back in motion left to right. And Ryan Berry, motion left side. Here comes the flag. They drew him off, so they have a free play. They throw it down the right side, and now we got pass interference as Jerron Harris was being held up on the far side by Rutledge. So The Jacks, I think the first one's offside Texas State, and the second one is pass interference. But wait for the officials to sort it out.
Jerron Harris was trying to break away from his defender, and that was, from my vantage point down here, kind of obvious. He was kind of holding on to that back arm of Jerron, and the double flags will have to sort this out.
Yeah, it appeared to be a free play as the right side, the line was offside for Texas State.
Take the most severe of two.
Offside, number 46 on the defense. That penalty's declined. We have holding, number 39 on the defense. 10 yards previous spot, automatic first down.
Well, offside on Nate Langford, the defensive end. They'll pass that up and take the what's called holding rather than pass interference and move the ball into Texas State territory at the 49 of the Bobcats. 1st and 10 South Dakota State. So each of the first two drives of the night have taken the Jacks into Bobcat territory. Last time they didn't get any points. Let's see if they can get some this time, trailing 3-0 with 4:03 to go in the opening quarter. Berry going to work out of the shotgun. He's got two wideouts to the left and Onenson split to the right. Koenig in the backfield as the back alongside him. And Berry looking to throw, shows the receiver screen. Harris has it inside the 40, 35, 30. It's a foot race. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Jackrabbits. Jerron Harris, just a short couple-yard pass, and he turned it into a 49-yard touchdown.
Quick slant route, and Jerron almost ran into the defense, and then he ran it back to the outside, and once he got out there, he was off.
Well, that's the speed of Jerron Harris. He came into the game the leading receiver with 17 catches and 1 touchdown, the big 52-yard bomb a week ago, and now he gets the 49-yard touchdown play, and Parker Douglas will try to tack on the extra point. Douglas, a perfect 6 for 6 on the season. Dobler, the holder, puts it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. It's South Dakota State 7, Texas State 3. Well, the Jacks strike back after falling down 3-0. They get the big bomb play. Actually a short pass, but the pass and run covers 49 yards. Berry to Harris, 7-3.
3 plays, 73 yards in that drive, and again, the Jacks score quickly. And of course, last week that had Coach Stig concerned. He'd much rather the Jacks see if they can get some ball control offense going. But I'm sure they'll take the score.
Indeed, Texas State sends back Stan Zwingy and Morris Crosby as the 2 return men. Zwingy's got a pretty good average going, 27 yards per kick return, including a 64-yarder, but none to the end zone. And Parker Douglas will have to tee it up and kick into this strong breeze. So Texas State expecting to have a good chance to return.
Well, Ryan Berry now 3 for 4 for 78 yards and a touchdown.
So here comes the kickoff from Parker Douglas. Got it teed up at the 30, signals he's ready, and here comes the boot. Oh, he'll nail that one. Sends it all the way to the end zone, and that will not be returned. Into the breeze. Parker Douglas had a line drive that carried all the way to the end zone, and Texas State's going to have to start at their own 20-yard line.
Well, he didn't get it up in the air. He just hit that one, like you say, a line drive, and it sailed over the returner's head.
Guys, that wind has died considerably, but when the last 30, 40 yards on this south end zone, it really dies down here because of that scoreboard. So that one was able to sail when it gets to this end of the field.
So 1st and 10, Texas State at their own 20. Zwingy is the running back. Crosby the wide out to the right. Adrian Thomas comes split to the left. They go double tight end set. And George will work under center. Crosby comes back in motion. He can run, but they fake it to him. Give to Zwingy, who dives across the 20 to the 22. So they use Crosby as the decoy, and Crosby has already carried once in this game, has now carried the ball 8 times in 4 games. So they'd like to use that wide out on some running plays, but this time they faked it to him, and Zwingy, the starting tailback, got a couple, and it's 2nd and 8.
And Eric Schroeder back in the game that time, the guy getting a hand on him as the Jacks managed to figure out that fake pretty well.
So on 2nd down and long, this time 2 wide outs to the left. Crosby is one of those. A 3rd wide receiver set out to the right side, and Bradley George will work out of the shotgun. On 2nd and long, George drops to throw, throws it out right side. He's got a man, and a first down across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. Cameron Luke, who came into this game as their leading receiver, gets his 17th catch of the season.
Jacks putting the blitz on again that time, but George hung in the pocket pretty well and found his receiver on the curl route on the right side.
So 1st and 10, Texas State from their own 38-yard line. 3:05 and ticking here in the opening quarter with South Dakota State on top 7-3. Now 4 wideouts, 2 to the left as Hickerson joins Luke, and 2 more out to the right side. George will work out of the shotgun from his own 38, brings Crosby back in motion, pitches on the option, back to Crosby, trying to cut the corner. He's hemmed in, and he is going to be dropped as Brock Campbell pressured the play from the secondary, and then a bunch of blue shirts helped out, and there'll be a loss on the play as he dropped at about the 37-yard line.
Jacks did that very well. They got a guy on the quarterback, one on the pitch man, and Brock Campbell split right through the screen and nailed the ball carrier.
So 2nd and 11 for Texas State at their own 37 as Morris Crosby gets his 2nd carry of this game, and the wide receiver now has 9 carries through their first 4 games, and yet he's only gained less than 20 yards. Now they go with 3 wideouts, 2 to the right and 1 to the left side. And they bring in the running back Kennedy, who now moves in the slot to the left. George out of the shotgun, drops to throw. Looks, pressured, tries to run. Flag down. He's out across the 40-yard line and tripped up at the 43. Let's see if this flag is holding. It was thrown back around the 30-yard line.
Now it's got to be his Bonwell was really coming on the charge on that side, and it looked like he was being held up.
It is a hold against Texas State. That negates what would have been about a 6-yard pickup on the scamper by Bradley George. But the holding call is going to set the Bobcats back. Bonwell now comes out, and Antonio Thompson's back in, and the Jacks truly have some depth on that defensive front 4.
Guys, that's one of the areas Coach Stig talked about this week. He really liked this matchup, their D-line on their O-line. And so far to this point, it's been a lot of Bradley George scrambling at a few points in here, and they've got that depth, like you mentioned, to keep guys fresh, keep them coming.
Ball's going to be set down back at the 28-yard line. So from there, they're looking at 2nd and 20.
Yeah, they really like Antonio Thompson because of his speed, and then, of course, Jason Bonwell because of his skill and experience playing that D-line.
So George with 3 wideouts to the right side, 1 to the left, steps up under center, maybe changing the play here from his own 28-yard line. George looking over the Jacks defense. They show blitz. They back off. He throws it out in the flat, and it's dropped, and it's incomplete, intended for Morris Crosby.
Nice try.
And he just dropped the football. He was out there by himself, the little 5'9" junior, and they've tried to get the ball in his hands quite a bit already in this first quarter.
Can't short hop it like that. That time the Jacks coming out in a 3-4 front. We haven't seen a lot of that, as they really had a lot of people in coverage, and looked like George took a receiver that he really didn't want, the guy on the right side there. It was kind of a relief receiver.
Yeah, the Jacks look like they're going to stick with that 3-4 here on 3rd down and 20. As it's obviously a passing situation for Texas State, and they go with empty backfield and 5 receivers in the formation. George fumbled the snap, goes back after it. He's being chased, rolls to the right, throws it on the run, and it's caught and then dropped incomplete at the 30-yard line, and it's going to be 4th and 20 for Texas State.
Jacks did all that with 3 down linemen. Danny Batten really putting pressure on Bradley George.
So a good defensive series for the Jacks.
And that's the problem, having a 6'6" quarterback. When you do that snap out of shotgun, you got to get it up there a little bit.
Chris McDonald comes on to punt. He's a senior, averaging better than 41 yards a kick, and he will have the breeze at his back for his first punt of the night from inside the 20-yard line of Texas State. Gets a good snap. Ooh, a good blitz block. It was blocked by the Jacks, and it'll go out of bounds. Bonwell got a piece of it, and it's out at the 29 of Texas State.
Nobody picks up Jason Bonwell coming off the right side, and he just laid out in front of the kicker.
Nobody picked up Bonwell. Absolutely nobody. He had a wide open lane, and that ball rolled right out of bounds in front of Coach Sarvis, and I don't think there's anybody happier than him right now.
So the Jacks with a big opportunity here, and you heard in the pregame Coach Brad Wright talking about turnovers, and there's a big one the Jacks will try to take advantage of, starting at the 29-yard line of Texas State, leading the game already 7-3. And the Jacks have Ryan Berry as a wide receiver out to the right side, and Koenig is awaiting a direct snap from center. First time we've seen this year. And Koenig going to hand it off to Manette, right side, inside the 25 to the 20, and a first down at the 18-yard line as Corey Koenig at the quarterback spot took the direct snap and handed it off to his fellow running mate, Kyle Manette, who picks up the first down.
Well,
guys, that's really no different than a regular offensive set. You just slide your quarterback out and have two running backs who are ready to hand the ball, do it. Kind of a unique play, and maybe throws a little kink. It's nothing different. You're just throwing a different look.
I'm sure Texas State wasn't playing at that in practice this week.
I'm sure not. It surprised everybody.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Now Barry's back under center, and Manette is the lone setback with Matt Anderson and H-back in motion with him. And Barry with a long count on 1st down from the 18. Play action, rolls to the left side, throws it back to the right to Manette. He gets away from one tackler, but is going to be drugged down for a loss back at the 23-yard line. Boy, credit Travis Houston, the linebacker, their leading tackler, for hanging on for dear life. If he gets by him, that's a big gainer.
Well, pretty well conceived. Took a little bit too long to pull off as Ryan Berry rolled to the left, stopped, threw back to his right where Manette was kind of hanging there trying to set up a screen. And Houston, really the only guy with a shot at him, just snagged his jersey.
Texas State had a linebacker blitzing too, so the Jacks had to pick up an extra man out of that play, and they might have slowed it up a little bit.
Well, clock is running. We're under 8 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll see if they get the play off. Barry's going to work out of the shotgun, but it may not get the play off. He awaits the snap, and he will not get it off. That's the end of the quarter. After one quarter, South Dakota State 7, Texas State 3. And the Jacks will start the first play of the second quarter with both backs, Manette and Koenig, alongside Ryan Berry, who works out of the shotgun. And on 2nd down and 14 at the 22 of Texas State, Berry going to run the option, slides down the line, pitches to Manette, inside the 20. He'll take it to the 15, and inside the 15 with good second effort to about the 13-yard line. Kyle Manette showing why they were so high on this redshirt freshman running back.
Yeah, and Jerron Harris out there, Scotty. I'm not sure what kind of block that was, but he was somewhat effective there.
He just got a DB, and then coming out too, Preston Crumley, that left tackle, he pulled out this way, and he laid a pretty good lick too. And that's Manette just sticking his nose right up the middle. He wasn't going to go to the sideline. He was going to take it inside the numbers and get upfield. Well,
it's 3rd and 5 now as the Jacks sit at the 13-yard line of Texas State. Like to get a touchdown on this drive, not have to settle for a field goal attempt. Harris in motion left to right. Berry out of the shotgun, gets the snap, steps up in the pocket, throws it to the end zone to Jerron Harris, and it's too far, incomplete. Jerron had one-on-one coverage from Rutledge again, but couldn't quite separate enough, and Berry threw it away, and now the Jacks will settle for a field goal attempt by Parker Douglas, who is 6 for 6 on the season.
Jerron, quick look back away from the ball, and I'm not sure if he knew where exactly he was in the end zone, so he didn't maybe give a 110, but I think that one was overthrown. I don't know if he could have caught that one.
This will be a 30-yard attempt from Parker Douglas. Should be a chip shot for him, especially with the wind at his back. He's long this year, just 37. They haven't had a whole lot of attempts for him. Only the 7th attempt here in 4 games. And we'll see if he can add 3 to the Jackrabbit lead. Ball is put down. The kick by Douglas is up, and the kick is good. It's South Dakota State 10 and Texas State 3. Well, the Jacks get 3 points back here, go up 10-3 now over the Bobcats with a 30-yard field goal from Parker Douglas.
Well, a 4-play drive that time. They took over on the Bobcat 29-yard line after Jason Bonwell blocked the punt. Would have been nice to punch it in, but the Jacks got points there, and that's what they need to do, is just to finish off the drives and get points.
Swingy and Crosby are the deep men for Texas State. And with the wind at his back, here's the kickoff by Parker Douglas, and that'll go to the end zone. Swingy is going to drop it through the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. Swingy was thinking about running that out. He was about a yard deep in the end zone, but it went through his hands and out the side window, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Very lucky he didn't drop it out of bounds inside the 1.
That was, I was going to say that, Jerry, that was on one side of the cone, the other side of the cone in their deep territory.
So Texas State at their own 20, 1st and 10. Trailing the Jacks by a touchdown now with 14:05 to go, quarter 2. 2 wideouts to the left. The third wide receiver comes out to the right side. Bradley George, the quarterback, works under center. On 1st down, he is going to hand it off. Bush tries the left side with nowhere to go, and he'll be stood up at the 20-yard line. A host of blue shirts in there. Mitch Pontrelli and company. And off the bottom of the stack, a whole, really, you could make that a team tackle. And Jason Bonwell, who had the block of the punt earlier that set up the Jackrabbit score, ends up also with part of that tackle.
Yeah, Bonwell, one of those funny guys. He doesn't look like he's that quick, but he's very smart, knows where to play.
Hickerson and Scott out to the right, split backs now behind Bradley George. On 2nd and about 10, they put one of them in motion. Bush George back to throw. Throws it out in the flat. He's got the running back. And here comes Kennedy up across the 22 to the 24. Only picks up about 4 yards as the Jacks shut that down pretty good. They were hoping the defense would pick up on the first back, Bush, who went in motion, but it was the stay-at-home back, Kennedy, that made the reception and got short yardage. That's his 16th catch of the season. They like to throw to the backs coming out of the backfield.
Tyler Cook, Justin Kubish doing a nice job of picking apart that screen.
They only gave him the 23, so it's 3rd and 7 for Texas State. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. George will work out of the shotgun. On 3rd and 7, he drops to throw. Has time, pump fake, throws left side wide open. Luke, first down 40, 45, and out of bounds to the 48. Boy, Cameron Luke found a wide open seam and makes the reception. It's a big one. And on 3rd and 7 from their own 23, they pick up about 25 yards.
Now Luke that time, as you say, Steve, worked from the slot position, worked himself on an out pattern. Bradley George time to throw. The Jacks had a bit of a stunt going there, and he did have time to throw it.
They say his knee hit at the 46, only a 23-yard pickup, but big gainer to get him a new set of downs at their own 46-yard line. 2 wideouts to the left, Hickerson by himself to the right. George out of the shotgun, going to hand it off to the end around, and here is Bush trying to get outside and does. Inside the Jacks 40 to the 39 before he's finally run down there by Nash Sept from the secondary, but another big gainer on the wide receiver coming around in motion, and that time it was Carrington Bush who takes it for the first down, the mark at the 39 of South Dakota State.
Well, a fair amount of speed as he just outlegged Brock Gentile and Andy Hugavine that time as they were coming to the sideline.
Sept is in at a safety spot right now, replacing Brock Campbell. So it is 1st and 10 at the 39 of the Jacks as Texas State tries to come back from a 7-point deficit. They have a couple of wide receivers left and right, double tight end, one of them Dunk in motion. Back to throw George, rolling left side, throws it. He's got a man open and caught, and that's Luke again inside the 20 and forced out of bounds at about the 17. So another big pickup in the passing game, and George, who completed 30 passes against Baylor a week ago, makes another big gainer work, and a first down inside the Jacks 20 at about the 18-yard line.
Nash Sept that time missed the tackle. Andy Hugavine had to come over and help out.
So a good drive here for Texas State as they try to counter the Jackrabbits score. And they could tie things up with a touchdown. They move Zwingy in the slot to the left and Kennedy in the slot to the right, the 2 running backs. And now Zwingy comes back in motion, and they fake to him. Throw instead to the left side to Thomas. Thomas has it inside the 15 and tripped up near the 12. As they'll pick up close to 6 yards on the completion to Adrian Thomas.
Well, Jimmy Rogers over there, Nash Sept making the tackle. A pretty good read that time by the secondary as the play action was all going to the right side, and they had to stop and come back.
Guys, Bradley George, quarterback, maybe he doesn't, a sophomore, have all the football experience, but he's more mature, 25? He spent, 5 years in the Cincinnati Reds minor league baseball program, so he's older, more mature, but just doesn't have that experience, but he's on all cylinders right now.
Second down, about 4 from the Jackrabbit. So a loss as the quarterback couldn't handle the snap again, just has to fall on it. Back near the original line of scrimmage in this series, the 18-yard line. And so that'll set him up 3rd and 10.
Took his eye off the ball. He was looking at starting to pull his head up, looking at his receiver on the left side, just didn't see the snap.
Now the Jacks trying to hold him to a field goal attempt on this series. As now it's a passing situation for the Bobcats, 3rd down and 10 at about the Jackrabbit 18-yard line. 11 minutes to go till halftime. South Dakota State up 10-3, but Texas State is threatening here. On 3rd and 10 at the Jackrabbit 18. 3 wideouts to the right side, a 4th split off to the left. George out of the shotgun, drops to throw, under pressure, throws the screen. He's got a man, Hickerson. He's got it at the 10 and falls forward trying to get the first down, and he'll be right at the first down sticks. We'll see where they mark him.
Well, George was backing up under the pressure, but he knew exactly where his receiver was going to be, clearing across the middle, and he hit him in stride.
Corey Hickerson, a junior and a transfer from Texas Tech, made the catch and dove for those first down sticks. He was hit shy of the first down, but that second effort may have gotten him a 1st and goal, and they'll have to bring the chains out to measure.
Pretty close from here.
So we wait as they stretch the chains out. And it's short by inches, so going to be 4th down and less than a yard at the Jackrabbit 8.5-yard line. And now Texas State can either go for it or bring on a field goal unit. And I see no kickers. They're going to go for it here on 4th down, and the Jacks could use a big defensive stop here and turn the momentum around. 4th down and inches outside the 8-yard line of the Jacks.
Well, they did that against Youngstown State at the goal line. Turned that into a 99.5-yard drive.
You'd think the 6'6" quarterback could just lean forward, but the last time they did hand it off to their tailback to get the first down. So here we go as the Jackrabbit fans cheer on the defense. George works under center. Kennedy is the lone setback. And the quarterback, Bradley George, on 4th and inches, quarterback keeper. And boy, he was hit early, but he didn't need much. And we'll have to see where they unpile him. Looks like he may have gotten enough on second effort. He was stood up originally at the line of scrimmage, but then fell forward. And as you said, at 6'6", he pretty much only has to fall forward for the first down. And it is 1st and goal. So let's call it the 7-yard line as Bradley George gets just enough. And 1st and goal for Texas State, trailing the Jacks 10-3 with 10:15 to go till halftime.
Yeah, didn't need much that time. He really just stuck his nose off the right side and picked it up.
Thomas out to the left. They'll split a man to the right. That's Luke. And Kennedy is the setback. George works under center from the 7-yard line. On 1st and goal, he wants to throw. Throws it out in the flat to Kennedy. Kennedy hit at the 10, will fall forward to about the 8, and they'll lose a yard. So they throw it to the halfback, Kennedy, but he was hit by the 10-yard line and only fell forward to give him the 9, and that'll set up 2nd and goal from the 9.
Well, Jimmy Rogers or Mitch Pontrelli also sliding outside, making the hit.
So 2nd down, goal to go. Texas State at the Jackrabbit 9-yard line. Texas State averaging 450 yards of offense per game. And so far tonight, they're approaching the 150-yard mark. George will work out of the shotgun. 2 wideouts to the left, 2 more to the right. Back in motion comes Crosby, and they will fake the handoff. Then they give it to Crosby, and he's hit behind the line and dropped at the 11. Jimmy Rogers again from his linebacker spot with Chris Johnson, the other linebacker. And the handoff to Crosby, the wide receiver, has already carried 3 times in this game, and they nail him shy of the 10-yard line.
Actually, Mitch Pontrelli, the guy that blew that up, as he had penetration, and the ball carrier had to go around him, and that slowed everything up.
And then Danny Batten was right in there too, guys, and that was a great effort by this whole left side. Just guys flying around, getting to the spot. 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. George with 4 wideouts, 2 left, 2 right. Now brings Luke back in motion right to left. 3 wide receivers on the left side. And a whistle and flag. The play clock ran out. I think they used too much time there. That would cost them 5 yards.
Quarterback in a little rattled there. He was looking at that trip set on the left side and just took too long to get everything going.
Well, they're going to say Calvin Gore, the right tackle, had a false start. But there was 0 up on the play clock when they blew that whistle. So either way, it's going to cost them 5 yards, set it back to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, it just took them too long to get that thing going and then get people jumping around.
So it is 3rd and goal from the 15-yard line for Texas State.
Taking quite a while to get the play in now.
Yeah, the play clock's already down to 10 seconds as they break the huddle. George has him at the line of scrimmage with 5 on the play clock. He works out of the shotgun with 3, 2, 1. He just got it off. Drops to throw. Throws short. Open man. Dropped it. Incomplete pass. He had a wide open man, Hickerson, slanting over the middle, and he couldn't hold on. So it's going to set up 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit.
Boy, that hit Hickerson right in the hands. I don't know if he was thinking goal line, turning upfield. Hit him right in the hands. Couldn't hang on. So
Ireland will try for his 2nd field goal of the game. They'll set it down at the 22. He kicks into the breeze, a 32-yard attempt. But as we said, we saw him in practice. He's got a very strong leg. And the wind has died down a bit since we started. Here's the kick on the way by Ireland. It floated and no good.
Somebody got a hand on it.
So Ireland misses the field goal from 32.
I think somebody got a hand on it. Scotty, did that get tipped?
That was a pull to the left side, but I think even if that one goes up the middle, Justin Kubish was coming through. His hand would have been real close to that one.
Well, the Jacks special teams have been special this year on those kicking plays. They already have 1 block punt, which set up a field goal for them, and now a possible hand on that missed field goal attempt And the Jacks still have a 10-3 lead with 7:52 left to go in the first half. And they take over the football at their own 20-yard line. And here comes the formation with a man out in the slot, direct snap to Koenig, but a whistle and a flag before play gets underway. So again, they set Berry as a wide out to the left side and use the running back Koenig for the direct snap.
I think the Jacks might have got caught for jumping a little bit, but Texas State did come across there too, so they're going to get the Jacks for motion.
Well, they call the penalty against Mitch Erickson of the Jacks, the guard. And now let's see if they go to that formation or whether Berry will go back to his quarterback spot. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line, and Berry comes out as a wide receiver. So Koenig's going to take the direct snap with Manette alongside. On first down, there's the snap. Koenig runs the option, pitches to Manette, out across the 15 to the 20, to the 25, up to the 27. Strong running by Kyle Manette, taking the pitch from Corey Koenig, who took the direct snap from center.
Well, work that time. It gives the defense just a little time to think about things, and very quick play that time by Manette taking that pitch. Very strong run upfield.
And that makes that play out of that backfield so fast, guys. Those two guys taking off, they got out there so fast, and to pitch the ball that quick there too, you got to have some communication. But it's an interesting call from Coach Stig and the staff, and they're doing do it again.
Yeah, except Manette is out of the ball game, and Koenig is the only one in the backfield.
And Ryan Berry is wide to the left.
So there's no back alongside Koenig this time, but he's going to run up the middle and get the first down out across the 30 and takes tacklers with him up near the 34. How about that? Just a direct snap to Koenig, who ran the ball with the blockers in front of him, but no running back to go with him, and clearly he picks up the first down to the 34.
Well, what that does obviously spreads the defense. You can't plug as many people, defenders, into the middle of the line, and so Corey Koenig got a good push that time.
Well, now Berry goes back to quarterback, and he's got both Koenig and Manette alongside of him here on first down from the 34. Going to bring a man in motion from right to left. That's Fox. And Berry, after a long count, drops to throw. With time, throws it over the middle, caught by Wagner. Wags out across the 40 and falls forward to the 42 or 3. So Wagner with his second catch of the night.
Well, that's what you've been hoping for out of Chris Wagner. Nice, strong run after the catch.
And the Jackrabbits, with a good first down play, are going to pick up about 8 yards.
2 Bobcats down on the play that time, one back near the line of scrimmage, another one upfield at the point of tackle there, and about 6 guys all collided on Wagner, and so there's bodies falling everywhere.
Yeah, Rutledge, the strong safety, is going to take himself out of the game, holding his shoulder, and they're helping the other guy off the field now.
That's Chase Pulliam, one of the linebackers. He was down on the ground.
So 2 Texas State players leave on the play, and they're bringing the chains out to see if perhaps he got a first down. I think he's got to be short by almost a yard. He's got to be short by about a yard, doesn't he? Huh?
Well, half a yard.
Yeah, because the first down marker was over there on the 34 to start the play, and he only got to the 43, so it's really second down and nearly the full yard.
Well, that's probably all right.
Well, Mike Steffen's going to check into the lineup for the Jacks. We get to see him for the first time, coming off an injury that kept him out of the early games. And the Jacks using another wide receiver here for the first time in the contest.
Well, that's a position started a little thin the beginning of the year, but they are getting some people back. Mike Steffen back, and Paul Onenson coming back from the injury last year.
So Steffen is the lone wide out to the right side. They use 3 tight ends on the play. Berry works under center. Second and short. They only need about a yard here from their own 43. Berry with a long count under center. And then Berry going to hand it off. Koenig comes up the middle and busts it across the 45. He'll get the first down to the 46. So just going straight up the middle and picking it up. And the Jacks move the chains again, and it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 46. South Dakota State leading at 10-3 with 6:09 to go here in the first half.
Now set it up that way with the extra tight end on the right side coming back left and able to find the seam.
And this time Fox, the lone wide receiver. He's out to the right, and both Koenig and Manette are in the backfield alongside Ryan Berry. Berry on first down at his own 46. And now Berry, after another long count, trying to draw him offside. Doesn't. Awaits the snap. and gets it, and he is going to hand it off. Here comes Manette across midfield and tripped up at the 48 of Texas State. Just a good quick hitter off the left side, and finally Travis Houston makes the stop, but Manette with a good gainer on first down as he'll pick up about 6 yards.
Kyle Manette has a very quick step. He hits that hole very rapidly, and he also shifts very well.
Well, they'll mark it just inside the 49, so let's give them 5 and call it 2nd and 5 at the 49 of Texas State. Dobler and Harris out to the right. Here comes Berry, split to the left. So the Jacks again move their quarterback out as a wide receiver, and Koenig will take the direct snap with Manette alongside. The snap and the handoff. Manette, left side, big hole, 45-40, 35-30, inside the 20 to the 15 and drug down at the 11-yard line. Kyle Manette sprung loose before Daniel Varvel, the free safety, finally drug him down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line of Texas State.
Guys, that time Texas State saw that one coming, and the two linebackers are talking, and they both keyed on him, and they ran the exact opposite way those two guys went, and that left that huge hole over there.
38 yards by Kyle Manette.
Now mark his knee down at the 12, but the Jacks are 1st and 10 in scoring position. Berry back in at the quarterback spot will work out of the shotgun on first down. Berry going to hand it off. Koenig up the middle inside the 10 and then tripped up near the 8. Tries to keep his feet, but the whistle blows. I don't think he ever actually had his knee go down. He was just stood up and held there at the 8-yard line, and he'll pick up about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 at the 8-yard line of Texas State. Jacks up 10-3 here with 4:39 left to go here in the first half of football.
Kyle Manette now with 5 carries for 75 yards for the Jacks, some very big yards.
2nd down for the Jacks, and about 6 from the 8-yard line of the Bobcats. Koenig alongside Berry, who works out of the shotgun. 3 wideouts, 2 right. Harris is there along with Dobler, and Fox split out to the left. Back to throw is Berry. Berry looks, throws it over the middle. He's got a man, and Harris to the 1, couldn't get in, but it will be 1st and goal.
Boy, Ryan Berry did a nice job of looking people off the receiver. He was looking left, and then he picked up Jerron Harris coming across the middle from right to left, almost to the goal line.
So it'll be 1st and goal inside the 1 for the Jackrabbits.
Jerron didn't have a good catch right away. He tipped it and he caught it. And when he got to the goal line and took that first hit, the ball came loose and he fell on top of it right inside the 1.
Well, we'll see if Koenig gets a carry. Berry's going to work under center. Matt Anderson, one of the tight ends, will work as an up back and an I set. Koenig the tailback. Berry under center on 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. And Ryan Berry will hand it off to Koenig off the right side. He tried to dive in, and he got in for the touchdown. So Corey Koenig leaping over the top, gets in from a yard out. And the Jackrabbits up their lead to 16-3. Corey Koenig with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. He just leaped over the pile from a yard out. And the Jackrabbits with a nice drive and find themselves up by a couple of touchdowns. And now Parker Douglas, who has only missed 1 extra point in his career, 100 out of 101. He's already good for 1 tonight, and here's his next attempt. It is up, and it is good. It is South Dakota State 17, Texas State 3. Well, Corey Koenig with the touchdown, and the Jacks go up 17-3.
9 plays, 80 yards on that drive, and that came after a missed field goal, so a 10-point swing here in the game.
But Corey Koenig just shy of 2,000 yards for his career here, 1,981, and only needs about 40 yards to be number 9 all time. So fighting through some injury, Corey making himself a spot in the record books at South Dakota State.
Pete Retzlaff sits in the 9 spot. That's who Corey is closing in on. Zwingy and Crosby are the deep men here for Texas State. Here's the kickoff again. A deep boomer into the end zone and through the end zone by Parker Douglas. And I love to watch the body still cracking downfield here as the 2 return men just stand and watch it go through. The 2 special teams units getting their licks in. But the ball will simply come out to the 20-yard line.
That was a nice catch by Rob Klinkefus, the assistant men's basketball coach in the end zone there.
Don't tell him he has good hands. It'll go to his head. Ball at the 20-yard line for Texas State.
Jack's defense here really needs to shut them down here before halftime. Be great to keep them 3 points on the board.
Bradley George works under center from the 20-yard line on first down, and he drops to throw. Has time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, chased and dropped. as he got back perhaps to the line of scrimmage. Boy, he looked like he had an open man, and he pulled it down, and by that time Bonwell was catching up with him.
Danny Batten right there putting an arm on him too. Those two have been flying around this first half.
I think he heard footsteps because, boy, he pulled it down and tried to take off.
I think the defensive coaches would like a sack there, but he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd down and 10.
2nd down and 10 for Bobcats.
Thomas goes wide to the left side. Now they send 3 wideouts there, and the lone back, Kennedy, behind George, who works under center. Bring Hickerson back in motion left to right. Pitch it to Kennedy, trying to sweep right. Out across the 20, tripped up near the 25. Once again, the Jacks doing a good job, and Brock Campbell coming up from the secondary to force the, actually this time not Brock Campbell, it was Conrad Kerstad who came up from his strong safety spot. He's in the lineup now and was able to flush that play out.
Good read that time as there was some blocking on the corner, but Kerstad able to get through it.
Kerstad, the redshirt freshman from Wall, now in the safety spot at the Hoogeveen spot, and Brock Campbell on the other side of the field as the free safety. George out of the shotgun on 3rd and 5 for Texas State at their own 25. He drops to throw, looks, throws it right side, got a man, and it's off his hands, and Luke is knocked out of bounds, but I think there was incidental conduct, so no penalty flag as Luke had to reach for that ball and couldn't haul it in. And it's a punting situation for Texas State.
Yeah, Luke was contending with the sideline and the ball being overthrown a bit. Did get one hand on it. Everybody kind of just fell down going out of bounds. He wasn't hit going down in the Jack bench over here.
Well, McDonald had his last punt blocked, so let's see as he'll kick into the wind. Onenson inches up across his own 35, and McDonald awaits the snap. Jacks will be coming after it. Here's McDonald getting a good snap, and he gets it away, a wobbly kick. Onenson lets it float out of bounds at about the 40-yard line of the Jacks.
Well, they're going to walk it upfield.
And the official is going to stop across the 40 at about the 42.
A 24-yard kick.
So the Jacks with good field position and a 17-3 lead with the wind at their back, hoping to add more to a 17-3 advantage before they get to the locker room.
Well, the defense did their job, held Texas State to a 3 and out.
And we'll see how the Jacks play it here. Berry in the backfield will have both running backs, Koenig and Manette. And he'll work out of the shotgun. He's got 3 wide receivers, Harrison Dobler to the left side, Fox split out to the right. Berry working out of the shotgun on 1st down. Dobler comes back in motion right to left. And here's the drop by Berry, going to throw out of the backfield. Oh, bad pass over the hands of Manette coming out of the backfield and incomplete.
Now he's trying to set up a bit of a wide receiver screen over there, and the ball just sailed on him.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Jacks. Clock stops at 2:04. Both teams still have all 3 of their first half timeouts. And the Jacks working from their own 42 with 2nd down and 10 and a 14-point lead. Manette going to check out of the lineup now. Onenson comes on as an extra wide receiver. So they have Onenson and Fox to the left, Dobler and Harris to the right, and Koenig the lone setback alongside Berry, who works out of the shotgun. 2nd and 10, their own 42. Ryan Berry, long count, gets the snap now, drops to throw, has time, throws right side, Harris is there, and did he catch it in bounds? Nope, he was out of bounds. He was open, but by the time he ended up with that football, he was over the sideline. That would have been a 1st down at about the 45 of Texas State, and he did have him open, but the pass just a little overthrown, and even though he came down with it, it was too far and over the sideline.
Well, Jacks now 3rd and long for really one of the first times tonight, stuck in a passing situation with the wind at the back. I think Ryan Berry finding it a little hard to get a touch there, trying to keep the ball from sailing on him.
So let's see what they do in a passing situation here on 3rd down and 10. They'll send Harris and Dobler left side, Fox split to the right. Both backs are in, Koenig and Manette. Berry out of the shotgun. And Ryan Berry takes the snap, drops to throw, steps up in the pocket, throws over the middle for Dobler, who he had him open, but couldn't get it to him. And Berry will have to pick himself up as Ramel Boner, the 326-pound defensive tackle, buried him just as he threw the football. He had Dobler open there, but misconnected, and the Jacks will have to punt.
Well, and I think that was a case, too, where Ryan Berry had to throw just about 1 tick too soon, waiting for Dobler to clear across the middle.
Well, let's see what kind of a kick now that Dean Pretty can get off with the wind at his back. Pretty good punt for his first one into the wind. He awaits the snap from Jordan Miranda. And it's low. He scoops it. Big rush. He got it away, and he nailed it. And Crosby has to take it inside his 10, bobbles it, picks it up, and gets leveled. And gets put down by Brody Coyle. So Cole Brody going downfield. I like to call him Brody Coyle, the old Alabaman, but no, actually he's from Georgia.
Nice use of a red shirt. Cole Brody came down the field. He got past his man that was trying to block him off the return man, and he just laid a lick on him after a bobbled kick. Everything went right for the Jacks that time. A bobbled snap, the bobbled catch, and a big hit.
Yeah, Cole Brody on special teams, the true freshman from Georgia, and makes a nice play there. And Brody showing why they took the red shirt off him early here.
49-yard punt by Dean Priddy.
So 3 wideouts to the left and 1 more to the right. And back to throw goes George. He throws the screen. He's got a man out of the backfield, but out across the 10 to the 13 will come the running back that time, Kennedy. And now a timeout called. And this could be by either team, probably the Jacks to hold him up.
Timeout. Charge to South Dakota
Yep,
State.
Jacks want to try to pin him deep here and force him to punt into the wind. So with 1:36 to go in the half, Jacks use the timeout. Kennedy alongside Bradley George, who works out of the shotgun. 4 wideouts, 3 to the left side. As they work 2nd down and 5 from their own 13. He bobbled the snap and he falls on it at the 9. Third time tonight that Bradley George has had trouble with the snap.
And again, he took his eye off it a little bit. He was looking where he was going to run, and the ball just slipped through his hands. Lucky to get back on top of it.
Guys, you got to think that comes from the Jackrabbit defense a little bit, putting that pressure on. He's trying to hurry things a little here, and we've seen him here, and especially this second quarter. That's about the 3rd or 4th time he's dropped the ball.
Let's keep it right here. Another timeout by the Jacks. Stops the clock with 1:31 left in the half, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9 from the 19-yard line. And the Jacks hoping to hold on this play, take their final timeout, and give them an opportunity on what should be good field position if they can force Texas State into a punting situation.
Well, either that or an incomplete pass or something and save that timeout. But Jacks really, as Scotty said, putting a lot of pressure on George, and it's caused him to have a little bit of the yips back there.
Well, Bradley George is a sophomore, and as you heard his coach Brad Wright say, he thought he played well enough against Baylor last week, but didn't think he played all that well, even in their opening win over Cal Poly.
Yeah, they beat him, and he wasn't that impressed. But you know, coaches aren't ever impressed very much, as you know.
So let's see what Bradley George does here on 3rd down at about 9 from his own 9-yard line as he works out of the shotgun. Empty backfield. They move Kennedy, the running back, in the slot to the right with 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left side. Back to throw goes George, looking with time, now flushed out. He runs over the middle, fires a pass, tipped and incomplete, and that'll stop the clock. George started to take off, almost got to the line of scrimmage, and then found Crosby open, but he overshot him, and the 6'6 quarterback threw it over the 5'9 receiver. And now with 1:25 left, the Jacks still have a timeout remaining and look for a field position that could start on the Texas State side of midfield.
Al Danny Batten, one of 3 rushers that time, flushed George out of the pocket, hurried his throw.
McDonald to punt into the wind, and he has struggled so far tonight punting. Had 1 blocked and another one short. This one's a line drive. They try to kick away from Onenson. It's a good kick. Rolls into Jacks territory. Onenson at the 43. Back to midfield. Gets outside to the 45, to the 40, and out of bounds at about the 38. So Onenson, who has really been a great addition this year as the kick returner after missing last year with injury. And that time a good kick, really. Kicking from his own end zone. He hit a line drive, McDonald did, to get it away from the return man. But because they didn't have anybody downfield in a hurry, Onenson was able to bring it all the way back. They mark at the 40-yard line of Texas State.
46 yards on that punt, as you say, a pretty good one, but Onenson able to bring it back.
Onenson stays on as a wide receiver. The Jacks employ 4 wideouts in a passing situation. 1st and 10 at the Texas State 40. Koenig, the lone setback, alongside Berry, who works out of the shotgun. And on 1st down, Berry drops to throw. Steps in the pocket, throws over the middle, and it is bobbled and incomplete. Dobler got a hand on it, was trying to run and catch at the same time, and it got away incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 40.
Looked like that pass was thrown on his back shoulder. If it's a little bit ahead of him, he can keep running. He had to turn a little bit, slow down just a bit, try to gather that in.
He kind of leaped for the catch, too, guys. I'm not sure that he had to. Maybe the angle just wasn't quite there, but he made a leap for it, and it kind of bobbled when he tried to come down with it and lost it there.
3 wideouts to the left side. Harris, Fox, and Dobler. Onenson split to the right. Berry out of the shotgun on 2nd down and 10 at the Bobcat 40. Berry gets the snap, rolls to the left side, looking to throw, can't find anybody. Flag is down. He throws out of bounds to stop the clock, but we have 2 flags here.
Oh, you're going to get a hit out of bounds. It's going to be offsetting. There was going to be a holding call or a clip on the Jacks.
And I think Houston, the linebacker, is the one who hit Berry late.
Yeah, but we had 2 flags, one early, one late.
Yeah, the first one I think is against the Jacks. So this late one could be, though, against Texas State. Here comes our referee.
On the offense, number 64 and 75. Their personal foul, roughing the quarterback, number 8 on the defense.
Yeah, there's.
Those penalties offset, replay 2nd down.
That's our referee, Jerry Frump. And there was a chop block called against Kevin Roebling and Nick Flessner, 2 Jackrabbit linemen. And then Houston, as we said, the linebacker, got hit for the late hit on Berry. Unnecessary roughness on the quarterback, so it's an offsetting penalty, and still 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line of Texas State with 1:03 left in the half, and the Jacks leading 17-3. Harris and Dobler to the left, Fox out to the right. Both backs are in now, Manette and Koenig. Berry out of the shotgun again on 2nd and 10. And Ryan Berry takes the snap, looks out, here comes the blitz. They try to pick it up, they do, they throw it, they got Manette out of the backfield, inside the 20, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown! Kyle Manette gets the touchdown on a great catch and run, but there is a flag back at the 18-yard line. Oh my goodness, a great catch and run by Manette, and it's coming back.
Coming back to where, though?
That one's going to go against Texas State.
That's Texas State, because Ryan Berry is coming off very happy.
Yep, it's a penalty on Texas State. So counted as a 40-yard pass play. And Kyle Manette gets the touchdown. His first as a Jackrabbit, and he's having quite a night. Running the ball and now catching and receiving the touchdown pass from Berry, a 40-yarder.
On the defense, number 60, that penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So now Parker Douglas will try to tack on the extra point as the Jacks go up by 3 touchdowns. The Jacks trailed 3-0 in the opening quarter, and now an extra point could put them up 24-3. Parker Douglas has been perfect so far tonight. Dobler will set it down. The kick by Douglas is up, and the kick is good. The score is South Dakota State 24, Texas State 3. Well, the Jackrabbits showing some offensive life tonight, and they lead it 24-3.
Well, that time a nice drive, especially late in the half, as the Jacks took 2 plays to go 40 yards with Kyle Manette catching that 40-yard touchdown pass, and that came after a punt and a run back by Paul Onneson to get the Jacks in business, and now the penalty being assessed on the kickoff, so it's going to be a chip shot for Parker Douglas.
He'll kick it off from the 45-yard line, and he's boomed the last couple into the end zone, kicking off from the 30.
You know, there's some theory of football. This is where you do an onside kick.
Well, the way things are going in the Jacks' favor, it would not be shocking.
Well, yeah, they pulled some things out of the playbook tonight we haven't seen.
You can't lose too much ground here, even if it fails. Let's see if he kicks it deep, or if they would take a chance here in the final minute of the first half. He is going to kick it deep, and that'll just clear the state. That goes way through the end zone, and the ball will come out to the 20-yard line.
Well, with the wind at his back, that's not too hard for Parker Douglas, and Jacks really just need to shut down Texas State again. I'm not sure they want to try too much if their last possession of this end of the field.
Yeah, the question here for Coach Brad Wright, do you just go to the locker room and regroup, or do you try to get something back here before halftime, trailing 24-3? They will get the ball to start the third quarter.
I don't think you get too fancy here.
Well, they're going to work out of the shotgun. Kennedy, the lone back, alongside Bradley George from their own 20-yard line. And George, rolling left, wants to throw, throws it out in the flat, got a man. Hickerson out across the 25 and steps out of bounds at about the 27, a 7-yard pickup.
Well, I guess they just don't want to sit on the ball, do they?
Well, stops the clock with 47 seconds till halftime. They have all 3 of their timeouts left. It's one thing in their favor if they do want to try to march it down the field, but they'd be ripe for a turnover here. Jacks have Hugavine and Simmet as the safeties now. And Cook and Gentili at the corners. And now It's the second and short. And they look to throw. Rolling right, Jarch hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. He had Luke open at first down territory. Gentili was closing quickly, but Luke couldn't hold on. And it'll be 3rd and 3. Stops the clock with 43 seconds till the break.
Volleyball action this evening. Jackrabbits.
Danny Batten, pretty good look on Bradley George as he threw the ball.
As he got up too, Jerry gave George a little tap on the back shoulder pad, and he tapped him back. So they're getting to know each other out there.
Yeah, he saw him.
Well, 3rd down and 3 now for Texas State. They don't want to have to give up the ball again here either. So this will be interesting. 4 wide receivers. George out of the shotgun. George going to hand it off. Kennedy on the ground. Kennedy is going to be stopped shy of the 30. Now the Jacks have 1 timeout remaining. Let's see if they burn it here and force Texas State to punt into the wind.
Oh, yeah, you should.
So the Jacks will take their final timeout.
Charge to South Dakota State.
And now on 4th down and 1, Texas State, we assume, will punt. They're actually only a half-yard shy of a first down. They, if they wanted to, take a chance there and try to go for it. The Jacks have no timeouts left, so even if they fail, the Jacks would have to do something in a hurry, but you would assume Texas State will punt.
Well, if they failed on a change of possession, the clock would stop. I'm not sure they want to do that here.
Well, they're down 21, and they were passing rather than going to the locker room happy, so we'll see. Maybe Brad Wright would roll the dice. We thought maybe he'd be a little more conservative in his play calling on that series and just try to regroup at halftime, and he put the ball in the air. Nice. Now 4th down and less than a yard. And they do send the punt team on, and so Chris McDonald will kick it away to Onenson, or probably try to kick it away from him like he did last time. But he punts into the breeze, and the Jacks would look to get pretty good field position. And with the wind at their back, they wouldn't have to go very far to get some kicking room for Parker Douglas. Here's the snap, and here's the kick. End over ender. Onenson runs over, handles it at his own 30. Gets back out across the 35 to the 40, 45, up near midfield before he's thrown backwards. Well, the Jacks have pretty good field position, no timeouts, but they're going to be at about their own 49-yard line, and I'll tell you what, they only have to go about 10 yards.
30-yard kick that time into the wind, and yeah, they...
Parker Douglas has the school record here, of course, 54 yards, and with the wind at his back here, I'm sure they wouldn't hesitate to give him a shot at a 55-yarder.
Need a completion too. Now they're going to have to complete it either sideline or beyond the sticks here to give themselves a chance.
They probably only need about 10 to 15 yards to send him out for a field goal. They go with 4 wide receivers. Berry out of the shotgun. Manette alongside. And from their own 49, Berry will take the snap. And on 1st down, Berry wants to throw. Steps up in the pocket, fires it over the middle, high and incomplete. No, it's intercepted. It's picked off by Houston. It bounced around and stayed in the air, and it's intercepted by Houston, is going to bring it back to the 44. That was in and out of the hands of Dobler, and it came down and never hit the ground. It came off Dobler's back, and Houston picked it right off his back, and that's an interception, and so the Jacks give the ball right back.
Well, and I think it also bounced off the defender on the ground. It bounced off his foot or something, stayed in the air.
It did. Dobler went up for it. He was getting hit as he made that catch, bobbles it twice, comes down, lands on him and the defender, and that's when you said Houston, Steve, picked it up, scooped it up, and ran it about 20 yards upfield.
Well, now they're at their own 44 with 18 seconds left. They still have 3 timeouts, so the Bobcats will try to get something done with an empty backfield. 5 wide receivers. And Bradley George out of the shotgun. He drops to throw. Has time. Now flushed out of the pocket. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. He was being chased down as the Jacks had a lot of pressure again. And just as he went to throw the football, he was being knocked to the turf.
And again, it was Danny Batten. He and Bradley George having a lot of contact.
Stops the clock with 13 seconds till halftime. Jacks have their safeties playing about 30 yards down the field. Hugavine and Campbell are back at the 30-yard line of the Jacks. The play starts at the 44 of Texas State. Rolling to the left is George, throws it out in the flat, and he bounced it to the intended receiver, Crosby, incomplete. Chris Johnson was trying to get over in front of the ball, but neither receiver or defender had a chance to get to it.
Jacks rushing just 4 that time, dropping everybody else in coverage and just hoping maybe somebody gets a ball tipped up in the air, get an interception. I mean, Texas State continues to be aggressive here. You wonder if that's not going to cost them.
Well, it's 3rd down and 10 for their own 44. 8 seconds left to go in the half. Again, the 4 wide receiver set. Zwingy stays in the backfield alongside. You would think as an extra blocker here. As George looks to throw, he looks left, throws the screen, and it's dropped. Incomplete. Intended for the wide receiver on the far side, and that was the kid we just saw suit up tonight, Aaron Jones, a little 5'5" speedster who just joined the club. He's a track performer at Texas State.
And now they got a kick again.
And he's obviously quick, but hands might be a question. That was in his breadbasket, and he dropped it. So they have to punt. Only 4 seconds, though, left to go in the half. So Onenson will need, well, they won't have time for a play unless he fair catches here. So we assume this will be the last play of the half. Here's the kick. And Onenson, he should probably just let this one go, but he's going to handle it at his 5. Back to the 10, outside to the 15, and out of bounds at the 20, and that's the last play of the half. So the score at halftime, much to the delight of the Jackrabbit fans, South Dakota State 24, Texas State 3. Here comes the kick from Parker Douglas to get this 3rd quarter underway. Nice to have you along here on WNEX in Yankton. Here's the boot. That'll sail deep. That'll drive them back, and it'll go into the end zone, and they'll have to start at the 20-yard line. So the Jackrabbits back on defense. We told you at halftime the Jackrabbit women have won in volleyball at IUPUI. Just got the scorers. We said it was 3-2, and they won at 15-8 in the 5th game. And so they are 4-0 now in Summit League play.
Boy, off to a good start there in a new league as everybody trying to get to know everybody, but the Jacks taking advantage of it so far.
So Texas State with Bradley George at quarterback, and they'll start Kennedy as the running back. Going to start with 3 wide receivers when play gets underway, but the officials had a momentary pause, and they adjust the play clock back up to 25 seconds. And the first play of the 3rd quarter, Texas State, no time off the clock with that ball going through the end zone. Here's the first play of the 2nd half. Under center is George, sends a man in motion left to right. He'll pitch it to his tailback, trying to sweep outside. Cutting back, it's Bush who gets out near the 30-yard line, and maybe a full 10 yards on the first down carries. They kept it simple, and the tailback, Carrington Bush, who's actually listed as 3rd string, but he had run for 167 yards in the first 3 games, and he gets 10 here and moves the chains on the first play of the 3rd quarter.
Well, and he doing a nice job that time, Carrington Bush, taking the pitch wide and cut it back up the middle. Jacks had a defense pretty well, but Bush just a very good athlete with a good run.
They send our receivers Scott to the left and Hickerson to the right. Let's see if they stay with the ground game for a while. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Put a man in motion, one of the 2 tight ends. That's Galen Dunk. And they keep it on the ground with a handoff. Flag is down, and so is the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage.
I think Jimmy Rogers was creeping the line of scrimmage, was offside.
Meanwhile, it was Kerstad coming up from a safety spot to play the run very well there, but it would have been a loss of a yard, but we'll see. The flag went down early, and it's going to be offsides. Yep, you were right. Jimmy Rogers, the linebacker, sneaking up there trying to put some pressure on the quarterback, but he came too early. So instead of a loss on the play, they gained 5 yards without the use of a down, and it's 1st and 5 from the 35-yard line.
It's all right, Jacks, moving people around, getting linebackers in line of scrimmage. Are really trying to make the Bobcats guess a little more.
So 1st and 5, Texas State gives them a lot of options here. They send Luke out wide to the left and split Adrian Thomas to the right side. Bradley George working under center with Bush as his tailback here on 1st and short after the penalty. George to throw to Thomas. Quick pass. He's out across the 35, dives up near the 39, stays in bounds about a yard shy of a 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Trying to set a quick little wide receiver screen over there with a tight end help, and not a whole lot of yards.
But they had gained 5 via penalty, 4 via the pass, so it's 2nd down and 1 from their own 39. And they have a lot of options again on this play. On 2nd and short, they can put it in the air. And they get the next play in from the sidelines. Corey Hickerson carried it in, and he'll be one of the wideouts. He, Scott, and Crosby all go to the left side. They're the 3 wide receivers. George works under center on 2nd and short from their own 39. Jacks jump there. No flag, though. He must have got back and off to the right side. Oh, to the 40 is all he needed. And there is a flag down, and so the Jacks again appear to be offside. The Jacks are not bothered by penalties in the first half, but here they're going to have 2 of them that are going to help the offense of Texas State.
Guys, that's what kind of happened at Texas State in that first half. Remember, they jumped about 3-4 times right away, just eager, wanting to get across that line. You want to keep it rolling, and it's kind of helping out Texas State on this drive.
Well, the Jacks coaches won't like that. The 2 penalties here in the first 2 minutes of the second half. Jacks lead at 24-3, but Texas State, a ball club that puts up 450 yards a game of offense, very capable of coming from behind, though 3 scores down. Thomas, Luke, and Crosby out to the left side. Just the one running back set behind quarterback Bradley George. On first down and 10 from their own 44-yard line. George will drop to throw. George looking, he pump fakes, now throws short, got a man, Luke out of the backfield. He'll be corralled though by Jimmy Rogers at the 47. He ran a lot across the field, but not much up the field, and the gain's only 3. And Jimmy Rogers has another tackle on Cameron Luke, and it'll be second down and 7.
Yeah, good reaction by Jimmy Rogers. Also, Chris Johnson right in the middle of the field. As George was looking downfield, and then he had to pull it down and look for a guy coming across the middle.
So second down, 7 from their own 47-yard line for Texas State. 3 wideouts again to the right side. Hickerson's over there with Scott and Crosby. And working under center is George. Second down play. They're going to throw it out of the backfield to Crosby. Crosby gets across midfield into Jack's territory. Finally run out of bounds at a first down at the 45. Just a quick throw there right at the line of scrimmage to the speedy Morris Crosby. And he gets into the secondary and moves the chains at the 45 of the Jacks. It'll be first and 10 for Texas State.
Guys, that time John Stiglmeyer called that play about halfway through that cadence by George. He was walking down the sideline screaming at his DBs about the throwing the flat. He saw something there, and he may walk down to tell the rest of the coaching staff what he saw.
Yeah, they also had a defensive back in there, wide receiver Corey Scott. Looked like he set a pick on this side.
Now they'll split a man wide to the right side. That's the little man that just joined the team, Aaron Jones. 2 wideouts to the left side. Bring a man back in motion and hand it off to him. Double reverse to Jones. Jones, the little 5'5" scat back, tries to get outside. Got to the far side, and Tyler Cook will push him out of bounds at the Jacks 41.
Oh, there was a huge hold on that play, too, that the officials didn't see.
Well, Aaron Jones is a sprinter on the track team. He's only 5'5", 150 pounds, and that time they did hand off to the man in motion, Crosby, who's already carried 3 times tonight. But then he pitched it on the double reverse, and Aaron Jones tried to come around the other side. Again, a lot of cross-field running, but not much north and south running, and the mark it at the 42, so the gain is only about 3 yards. This time, George will work out of the shotgun. He's going to run the option, slide and pitch, tailback push inside the 40, 35 to the 30, inside the 20, and tripped up just by his heels at the 18-yard line. I think Brock Gentile got enough of him, and Brock maybe a little bruised up if he got him with that sore hand that it has the cast on it.
Well, he popped his helmet off right away, but yeah, he was the guy that tripped him.
So the run by Carrington Bush will give another first down to Texas State. And it's at the 18 of the Jacks.
He's got that kind of scary speed when he hits the hole as he accelerated to the outside.
Opening drive of the third quarter, and Texas State has marched from their own 20 to the Jackrabbit 18. First and 10, trailing the Jacks 24-3. In motion goes Galen Dunk, one of the tight ends. Oh, now we have the left tackle started early. And that should be a flag on Texas State, I believe, unless they were drawn off.
Oh, I believe that's...
I think that's going to be against the left side. And actually, Alex Luna, who's moved to guard, he's the center. The starting center has moved to a guard spot now. And he was playing left guard and pulled too early.
Yeah, a lot of jumping around out there.
So mark it back to the 23-yard line. It's first and 15 from there. Luke wide to the left. And they'll split a man off to the right side. That's going to be Adrian Thomas. Under center is Bradley George. George is going to run the option. He slides down the line, pitches to Bush. Bush inside the 20 to the 15 to the 10 and down to the 6.
Oh, he is quick.
Carrington Bush listed as the number 3 tailback, a redshirt freshman. And he's out of a town that you don't want to pronounce too many times. He's out of White Wright, Texas.
Sure.
Say that 10 times. Huh? Well, he's got a 1st and goal for Texas State at the 6-yard line.
Well, wherever he's from, he is quick, and he hits that hole and accelerates so rapidly.
He's the tailback. Wide receivers left and right. George under center from the 6 of the Jacks. On 1st down, man comes back in motion. They hand it off up the middle, and Bush lost the football at the 5. Let's see who's got it.
Beanbags.
The Jacks have it.
Now the Beanbags went down. Justin Kubish
holding the football as Bush tried to go right up the middle and had it knocked free, and the Jacks take it over. Another big turnover.
Guys, that started at the quarterback. Bradley George bobbled it, and he kind of threw it into the shoulder pads of the tailback Bush as he came through the line, so I don't think he ever really had it, and Kubish scoops it up.
Well, again, we come back to Coach Brad Wright of Texas State, and I think every coach worries about turnovers, but Wright certainly made that one of the keys to the game. Big turnover cost them last week. They thought they could have beat Baylor, only lost by 7, and had a touchdown scored on a turnover. And here they've had 2 big turnovers in this ball game that have cost them. Jacks take over at their own 5 for their first series of the 3rd quarter. Ryan Berry under center. And on 1st down, Berry will keep it on the ground with a handoff. They try to just get some running room, and Manette broke a tackle, gets across the 10 up to the 14.
Boy, he looked like he had nothing there, and somehow he slid off to the right side and found a little crease.
Well, the Jacks getting some good running. Corey Koenig has been the leading man, and Kyle Manette getting to play the last couple of weeks is starting to become a key running back as well, and the Jacks get a big pickup there to the 14-yard line.
Well, we've been told through spring ball and into fall ball that Manette was a very impressive runner, and we're starting to see that more and more.
So on 2nd and short now, Manette remains the tailback. Matt Anderson, one of the tight ends, serves as a fullback here in the backfield. And on 2nd and short, Berry under center. Berry going to hand it off. Manette will try to break for the 1st down, and does across the 15 up near the 18. He's tough to bring down. So a good run by Kyle Manette.
Manette, the kind of runner when he was being recruited out of RTR that they said really resembled Josh Ronick, and they went so as far to give him the number 30 jersey too, but good hard-nosed runner. He goes north and south in a hurry.
Just a redshirt freshman, and of course Corey Koenig is senior. Trevor Hone, unfortunately, sidelined with an injury from game 1, is another senior, so Manette certainly the heir apparent for next year. And right now an admirable job as currently the number 2 back. Here comes that direct snap to Koenig this time, and Koenig trying to run with the football, and the line carries him across the 20. Wasn't much of a room there, but he'll get up to the 22 and to pick up about 4 yards. Again, that direct snap with Koenig in the backfield. And so the Jackrabbits showing Texas State a few different formations.
Yeah, on both sides of the ball, actually. That time, yeah, that looked like nothing doing at all, and Koenig really just put his head down, and the line just kind of pushed.
Now on 2nd down, let's call it about 7. They only gave him the 21. And Berry back at his quarterback spot. In fact, works out of the shotgun with the backs alongside him. On 2nd down from his own 21, in motion will come Dobler. And Berry to take the snap, quickly throws it out in the flat to Harris. Got the block, gets out across the 25 and up near the 28-yard line. Just a quick screen to Harris. He popped a big one in the first half for a 49-yard score, and this time he had a blocker out in front. Makes a big gain out of it, and just shy of a 1st down.
Yeah, I tried to run kind of an inside slant type of screen, and just kind of got the balled up in there, and it was hard for him to find any running room.
In fact, so close to a 1st down, they're going to bring the chains on. So we'll see if he got enough to pick up the 1st down. They stretch the chains out.
A little short, looks like.
And just short. So it's going to be 3rd and inches. So the Jacks bring on a couple extra tight ends. In fact, 3. 3 tight ends check in. Graving is on with Anderson and Wagner, and the lone wide receiver will be Mike Steffen. As they reset the chains as the Jacks break the huddle. And the Jacks send Steffen off wide to the left. And then go with the 3 tight ends and Manette, the lone running back, with Anderson serving as an up back in the backfield. So it's 3rd and less than a yard for the Jacks at their own 28-yard line. Now the officials have all the chains set and they're ready for action. Clock starts up again with 8:40 to go. Berry works under center. Third and short. He'll hand it off. Manette up the middle. Dives first down out across the 30 and up near the 35-yard line. Boy, he's got great balance. Runs low and picks up about 7 yards before they're able to bring him down. And Kyle Manette, with center Kevin Roebling out there blocking for him, picks up another first down for the Jacks.
Scotty, did you see that movie put on Donovan King? The big defensive end came across and Manette just sidestepped him.
Yeah, he made a quick lateral move, but he just makes that one step. He doesn't try to do anything fancy, and then he just gets upfield, puts his head down, and that got him an extra 3, 4, 5 yards there that time.
They put his knee down there at the 34 where it's 1st and 10. Colin Cochard checks in as a tight end, but he moves in the slot to the left side. On first down, Berry the snap, Berry to throw. Here comes the pressure. He's hit as he throws. Caught Cochard across the 40, 45, but he dropped the football. And a pile up inside the 48-yard line of Texas State. And the Bobcats looks like they got it.
Boy, Cochard had it, and really he just started to run with it and it popped loose somehow.
So the Jacks turn it back. Cochard had the reception, but then he coughed it up. And it's taken back by Texas State. So both teams with turnovers here in the third quarter. 8:02 left in the period, and the Jacks up by the halftime margin, 24-3.
Like Nick Clark, the defensive end, came up with it. Boy, that hurt because the Jacks had a nice drive going.
So mark it Texas State ball across their own 48-yard line. We have an injured Texas State player down. As they attend to him, let's take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to South Dakota State football on WNEX.
Serving South Dakota from South Dakota. Smith Farm Mutual Insurance is a proud sponsor of SDSU Athletics.
That was tough.
Yeah.
Manette's got 94 yards now.
Wow.
The kickoff will be at 1 o'clock. More information on the Jackrabbit soccer team or any of the 21 guards.
It's the safety Rutledge of Texas State who's helped off the field. But they do take over the football on the fumble recovery and start from their own 48.
Guys, that last play was a little rough. Ryan Berry came off the field a little gingerly. His back, I think, took a shot on that one. And Chris Wagner getting his left shoulder worked out by the training staff back here, too.
A lot of hard hitting in this one. The Jacks up 24-3. All the action on 570. WNEX in Yankton. Back to throw. Bradley chased and sacked. Back at the 40-yard line, Danny Batten.
Just a four-man rush that time. Batten coming in from the left side. George tried to turn away from him, but Batten got him.
So Danny Batten, the sophomore who played as a true freshman last year, 250-pounder out of Gilbert, Arizona. And he sacks him to mark it just inside the 40-yard line, a loss of about 9 yards. Still tending to Bradley George, the 6'6", 230-pound sophomore quarterback. He's sitting up now, but not in condition yet to leave the field. And so we'll see Clint Toon, a 6'1", 192-pound junior out of Kilgore, Texas, come on and replace him at the quarterback spot, at least momentarily. Now George is on his feet, but walking rather gingerly over toward the sidelines.
Yeah, I don't know, he went down on his back, so I don't know if he had the wind knocked out of him or had helmet contact before he went down, because it was a broken play. He was trying to run the option. The Jacks had crashed it, and he was trying to make something out of nothing, and he ran into about 3 blue shirts.
Well, on a tough call here to give your new quarterback 3rd and 19.
Yeah, with a defense that is really lathered up, too.
And he hasn't thrown a pass. And as you say, the Jacks have been all over Bradley George, so Toon can expect a rush here on 3rd and 19 from the 40-yard line of Texas State. Toon will work out of the shotgun with Bush alongside, and he drops to throw. Pressured, he throws. He got Bush out of the backfield, but tripped up from behind. A great play by Mitch Pontrelli, because Bush, the speedy running back, was going to at least have a shot at getting down the sidelines, and Pontrelli got enough of him to trip him up. And he only got to the 46.
And Jason Bonwell put pressure on Clint Toon. He had to dump that ball pretty quick. It was amazing they could make anything out of it.
So here's another punt coming up for Chris McDonald into the wind. Onenson inching up near his own 20-yard line. McDonald has not been able to boom much tonight. Here's his kick. That's a better one. Onenson goes back, takes it at his 15. He's back across the 20 to the 25, and going to be thrown down about the 28-yard line. So the Jacks will take over at the 28. Both teams have had turnovers in this third quarter. No scoring yet in the period. The Jacks still have a 24-3 lead with 6:16 to go in the third quarter.
34-yard punt that time.
So the Jackrabbits take over. And they'll break the sidelines here and come directly to the line of scrimmage. Ryan Berry at quarterback. We'll have Koenig in the backfield alongside of him. Jacks go with a couple of wide receivers, Harris and Dobler, both out to the left. Berry will work out of the shotgun, 1st and 10 at their own 28. Harris comes back in motion and then retraces his steps. Berry takes the snap and drops to throw. Has time, looks deep down the left side for Teron Harris, and he can't get there. Incomplete at the 40-yard line of Texas State. He had about half a step on the defender, Daniel Varvel, but the pass just slightly overthrown, trying to catch the streaking Harris.
Guys, the same exact play they scored on in that first quarter last week, and just an up and out. Teron Harris nearly had that one down the sideline.
Looked like he got his fingertips on it, Scotty.
Yeah, he reached for it and he lunged. It was off that crown of the field. He was toeing the sideline, and it was very, very close to deja vu.
Now the Jacks gonna go back to the Koenig-Manette backfield here as they use Koenig. Take the direct snap, run the option. Koenig going to keep it, fights his way across the 30 and up to about the 34-yard line.
Boy, he was stiff-arming people and just putting his head down. That's some good old single wing kind of football.
Now about a 6-yard gain, going to make it 3rd down and 4 for the Jacks from their own 34-yard line. As the Jackrabbits, with 5:45 to go in the third, lead by 3 touchdowns. Harris goes out to the right side. They'll bring Dobler out to the left, keep both backs in, and Berry's back in his quarterback position, working out of the shotgun. 3rd down, about 4 from their own 34. Ryan Berry with a long count. He takes the snap, wants to throw, steps up in the pocket, deep down the right side. Harris, and he caught it and then dropped it, and out of bounds, and it's incomplete. He had one hand on it, couldn't quite pull it in. As he was hit, it came free, and it'll be 4th down.
Boy, nice throw by Ryan Berry. Just a little over his head, might have sailed a bit. Teron Harris, as you say, one hand on. It looked like he tipped it into himself, but just couldn't control it.
So Dean Priddy will punt with the wind at his back. And heading back down the field to return for Texas State is Will Thompson. Thompson standing at his own 15, respecting Priddy with the wind at his back here. Good snap from Jordan Miranda. Here's the kick. Oh, a high sailing punt and handled by Thompson at the 15. Thompson avoided Brody, gets outside to the 20, 25, 30, and then he may have been tripped up by his own man at the 31-yard line. He was trying to get away from Kyle Manette, who was in on special teams, but one of the Texas State players trying to block Manette may have actually, and it was Nate Langford, I believe, who may have actually got enough of his ball carrier to knock off balance, and they mark him down at the 30-yard line.
Guys, that's the kind of punt I think Dean Priddy is capable for his long career ahead of him. They're talking about the leg that he has. Even that one with the wind a little bit, that was a long, high kick.
Yeah, 49 yards.
Clint Toon remains the quarterback for Texas State. And on 1st down and handed off, Bush comes up the middle, out across the 35 and up near the 40-yard line, and about a 10-yard pickup on 1st down. They've run the ball quite well here in the second half, and actually they made another change. They brought in their 4th tailback of the day, and that's Jamal Williams.
They've got a lot of number changes here, so you got to bear with us here. Yeah, and that was just a simple off-tackle play right up the middle.
That's the 4th different tailback they've used in this game. Now they're going to use a couple of tailbacks, much like the Jacks, alongside Toon, who works out of the shotgun on 1st and 10 at the 40. They send Williams in motion. But here comes Toon, the quarterback keeper, across the 45, and then Jimmy Rogers knocks him down. He gains about 5.5 yards. Clint Toon on the keeper. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 45 for Texas State.
Now Justin Kubish moving out there, forcing him back inside of Jimmy Rogers. And Toon, a little bit of play action, took the ball himself on the left side.
They almost gave him 6 on that, so it's 2nd down and a long 4. They go 3 wideouts, 2 to the right. Toon is going to step up under center. On second down, Clint Toon now maybe changing his mind as he barks out something else to his wide receivers. We'll see what Toon changes the play to. He drops to throw. Look out. He throws and is almost picked off. He got leveled by Jason Bonwell just as he tried to throw the football.
And Andy Hugavine just about came up with that ball. He dived for it. It must have just gone through his hands.
Well, Bonwell comes up a little gimpy and has to come out of the contest. And Jason Nobling will check in at the defensive end spot. Boy, Bonwell's got to get a good hand. He has been putting pressure on all night long.
I think he's got, must have dinged his shoulder or something going into Toon, the quarterback.
So it becomes third down and about 4 for Texas State at their own 46. Toon will work out of the shotgun. Going to send a man in motion, and that's Bush. He drops to throw, fires it over the middle. He's got a man, and a first down in Jack's territory at about the 47. First time they've thrown to the tight end, Galen Dunk. And that'll move the chains at the Jacks 47. It'll be 1st and 10 Texas State.
Dunk off the left side, just a little curl route, got beyond the sticks and waited for the ball. Toon hit him in stride.
Texas State quarterback Bradley George, guys, over on the sideline. He's been sitting on the top of his helmet. He just got up, and he is still walking real slow. They're not attending to him. He's on his own power. He's watching the game, but I think he's just too roughed up, and they're going to stick with the backup right now.
Yeah, he might be happy that Clint Toon is getting the playing time here with 3.5 minutes to go in the third. 24-3, the Jacks on top. That was the halftime score. Now timeout. Toon didn't like what he saw and has to burn the first of the 3 timeouts of the second half for the Bobcats. So with timeout on the field, the Jacks up 24-3. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to South Dakota State football on WNEX. 3:23 left to go in this third quarter. Jacks up 24-3, and they've certainly got a lot more pressure on the quarterback than they did the first 3 ball games. And I know they wanted to do that because they know this Texas State team is a good passing team, and they like to throw quickly too.
Well, that's the thing. If you feel like you don't have the cover guys that can stay with their receivers, you really need to put pressure on the quarterback.
So here comes a 1st and 10 at the Jackrabbit 47-yard line for Texas State. Toon works under center. And on first down, Toon is going to drop to throw. He's under pressure, steps up in the pocket. He'll take off running. He gets inside the 40 and to the 37 before he's run down by Jimmy Rogers. And he'll pick up another first down perhaps at the 37-yard line.
Well, the Jacks have put a lot of pressure on and flushed him from the pocket. When they do that, it opens up the middle, and that's where Toon went.
Toon, a little smaller quarterback and perhaps a better runner than Bradley George.
Guys, Jason Bonwell, I think, was behind the bench here getting worked out on his lower back. He just grabbed his helmet and ran to the sideline, so we may see him back in the lineup here before long.
Good news for the Jacks. It is a first down, Texas State at the Jackrabbit 36-yard line, let's call it. 1st and 10. Here's Luke coming back in motion right to left. And they'll pitch it to the tailback. Here comes Bush inside the 30. Broke a tackle. He'll get another first down at about the 26-yard line. And a flag after the play.
Late flag coming back toward one of the offensive linemen.
That time, that tight end on the outside there, Galen Dunk, grabbed the back shoulder pads of Danny Batten and gave him a slug, and they caught it in the repercussion, I guess, if you will.
It would have been a 10-yard run for a first down at the Jackrabbit 26. But if this penalty is indeed against Texas State, it's going to cost them. Personal foul against the Bobcats.
Well, that's one of those dumb fouls, dumb penalty. You just got a big gainer. You're moving the ball.
And I say this Carrington Bush has been impressive as the number 3 back for the Bobcats.
Very impressive, very quick, and he finds his holes, makes nice cutbacks. Jacks are having a heck of a time tackling him. Got somebody.
First of all, they're stretching the chains to see if they got a first down.
Well, it's going to be a little bit short, not that it really matters, just for the down.
So it would be 2nd and less than a yard from there. But if the penalty's against Texas State, I'm not sure why they're measuring for first down anyway. I guess to see if it was a first down, it would still be first down.
Well, it's because it was after the play.
Yeah.
It was a dead ball foul. They want to see which down it is.
So it's going to be second down.
And the walk-off.
Dead ball, personal foul, face mask, number 60. Line game was not established, so the next down is second down.
So the penalty against Texas State. And I was going to say, Scotty, you were right about the tight end Galen Dunk. They tried to knock the penalty on to a defensive lineman who wasn't in the game for Texas State.
Although he called a face mask. When I saw him grab the back of bat and shoulder pads and just give him a yank, maybe he had the front of the face mask too.
So let's mark at the 42 where it's second down and about 16. Under center is Clint Toon. Toon rolling right, wants to throw, now drops back to throw, has time, throws over the middle, he's got a man, and then dropped in and out of the hands of Cameron Luke, who tried to run before he caught the football. He was open.
Yeah, he was. The ball was there as Toon did a nice job, a bit of a hesitation there that stopped the rush, and he found his receiver, but he couldn't hang on to it.
Well, now at 3rd and 16, they're out of field goal range, kicking into the breeze.
It's been a bit of a recurring theme. I think either team is going to be a little disappointed in the number of balls that have been dropped, but there's been some contact. It's been a hard-hitting game.
Jason Bonwell's back in the lineup. He'll be coming after Clint Toon here, who works out of the shotgun. 3rd and 16. Here come the Jacks. He just got it off. It's caught at the 40 and dropped immediately at the 38-yard line as Kerstad, playing at the safety spot, makes the stop on Corey Scott. And now it's 4th down, and well, they might go for it rather than send the punt team on. Let's see. They're down 3 scores with 2:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. Seems to be some confusion for the Bobcats. They're not in field goal range here.
Well, Kerstad, nice job that time, individual or a one-on-one tackle over there. As Scott had caught the ball, but he came up, made an ankle tackle. If he doesn't make that tackle, he could have run a long ways.
So they'll go for it on 4th down and 12 from the 38-yard line of the Jacks. So they need 12 yards for a first down. Toon working out of the shotgun. And the Jacks coming with the pressure. Toon under pressure. He avoided it. He goes down at midfield.
Oh, no.
A late hit by Bonwell.
Oh, no. He was down, and Bonwell came over his back while he was on the ground. Oh.
He was sacked at midfield, and Bonwell couldn't stop and rammed into him while he was on the ground, and that's going to cost the Jacks.
Guys, if you're out on the field, and I don't know if you would have heard the whistle blow at that point, not that that's the excuse, but I'm sure Bonwell, who was just going hard after the play, never heard that whistle after the call.
Wow.
Oh, but the Jacks will get the football.
It was after the down?
Because it was after the play, apparently,
wow.
They're saying.
Whew.
So instead of giving Texas State an automatic first down, had that happened during the play, they'll simply walk off 15 yards, and the Jacks take over on downs.
Boy, the Jacks got lucky there, although I'm sure the coach is not happy with that reaction. Although Bonwell in the air, that's kind of surprising. They didn't call a continuation play of sorts.
Yeah, they said he was down, and so they called it after the play, dead ball, and the 15-yard walk-off was not enough to give a first down to Texas State. So the Jacks take over at their 34-yard line because they had to get to the Jacks 26 to get a first down. So that sack helps the Jacks, but also hurts Texas State. Now Barry, again, is a wide receiver. Koenig is the only back in the backfield taking a direct snap, and he's going to run it. Tries to come up the middle. There's nothing doing there. He'll be stacked up as he crossed the 35 to the 36 and pick up 2 yards.
Well, one thing all this stuff does is here in the 3rd quarter that we've had a lot of time go off the clock here.
Down to a minute 10 to play in the 3rd quarter, and no scoring in the period. It's the 24-3 Jackrabbit lead, which they had at halftime.
Well, nice attendance here as we talked about tonight. 14,920. Nice crowd here for Beef Bowl.
Wow.
I guess a warmer night makes a difference, huh?
Yeah, 14,920 for Beef Bowl tonight. And next week is Hobo Day. Now the Jacks again with a direct snap to Koenig. He'll roll to the right. So he's going to throw, and it's caught. And Jerron Harris has a first down out across the 47-yard line. We knew they might be setting up for one pass play out of that formation, and Koenig throws the pass and completes it to Harris and move the chains. 1st and 10, Jacks at their 47.
Well, that was kind of like a playground kind of pass, but as Corey really just kind of floated it out there to Jerron Harris, but the nice completion for the first down.
Saunders Montague checks in as the wide receiver to the left side. And again, the Jacks with one back, but this time Berry is at quarterback and working under center. Koenig remains the setback here on first down, and back to throw Berry. Berry going to throw for the home run ball for Jerron Harris to Montague, and it is incomplete, but a flag is down. He tried to catch up with Saunders Montague. He was stride for stride down the left side, and there was contact. Let's see how they call this.
Montague was trying to come back inside the defender and come back for that ball and got held up there, and that flag came out real quick.
Javoris Crenshaw was the cornerback covering him. Pass interference on Texas State. So it's walked off, of course, from the line of scrimmage.
Well, and it's a first down, too, and get the 15 yards. But, again, Ryan Berry with the wind at his back really laid that ball out there.
And Montague had his first catch as a Jackrabbit earlier in the game.
Well, he looks like he's got some fair speed.
Yeah, they liked him when he came over as the JUCO transfer this year. Now the Jacks have just one wide receiver, Fox out to the right. The two running backs, Manette and Koenig, in the backfield with Berry, who works out of the shotgun. 1st and 10, let's call it the 39-yard line of Texas State. And Berry, a long count out of the shotgun here. He is going to keep it on the ground, hand to Manette. He tries to cut back and fights his way down near the 35. Picks up close to 4 yards on the run.
Showed great vision there. I think he was trying to take it outside, and that was blocked, and he brought it back inside to get a couple of yards. There wasn't much else going on there.
And Kyle Manette looking for his first 100-yard game as a Jackrabbit.
And as I thought, this is a record crowd for the Beef Bowl, 14,920. 5th largest crowd here, and actually the record crowd over 15,000, so not that far away.
And that's the end of the third quarter as the final seconds tick away. No scoring in that third period. After 3 quarters, South Dakota State 24, Texas State 3. And the first play of the fourth quarter with Berry out of the shotgun on 2nd down. And about 7, he'll drop to throw. Looks, has time. He's throwing the home run ball to Glenn Fox. He caught it and is down inside the 5. He had a layout to catch it. Had he been able to keep his feet, he would have scored, but he goes down inside the 5. 1st and goal on the catch by Glenn Fox, the sophomore. And the Jackrabbits are 1st and goal at the 4.
Guys, what a great throw by Ryan Berry. The wind down in this corner and happened right in front of me, and a great catch by Fox. He caught it in the breadbasket, slid right out of bounds.
So 1st and goal at the 4. We'll see how the Jacks play it. Berry's going to work as the quarterback. Koenig the lone setback, but Berry works out of the shotgun. Sends 2 wideouts to the left side. They're both tight ends. In fact, there are 4 tight ends in the game, 2 left and 2 right. Berry to throw, throws right side to Wagner. Wagner to the goal line. Did he get in? No signal yet.
He's short by
He's short at the goal line. The Jacks had all 4 of their tight ends, Wagner, Coachart, Anderson, and Graving, in as 4 wide receivers, and they threw to Chris Wagner, who caught it and nearly got it in, but it's 2nd and goal, inches away from the end zone.
Well, that's a crossing route where you line up Chris Wagner on the far outside receiver, comes back toward the inside trying to get a block there. That's the same play they used to score the 2-point against Cal Poly last year, and Wagner almost got the touchdown.
Now Mike Steffen checks in. He's the only wide receiver, and they have 3 tight ends. One of them will be a fullback. Anderson, as Koenig is the tailback. Maybe he'll get the carry from the 1. Berry with a long count, 2nd and goal, inches away, handoff Koenig. He tries to get in, spins off 1 tackle, and got in for the touchdown. So Corey Koenig, who was hit shy of the goal line initially, bounced off that tackle and gets in for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the ball game.
Well, and the Jacks putting together one of those nice drives as that actually started after that sack on 4th down and a penalty that looked like it could have been disaster, and they turn it around and bring it down the field.
So Corey Koenig, who's done it all tonight, he's run, he's thrown, he's played quarterback, he's played running back. And here's the extra point attempt by Parker Douglas out of the hold of Chris Dobler. The ball put down, the kick on the way is up, and the kick is good, and the score will read South Dakota State 31, Texas State 3. Well, the Jacks get the first points of the second half and now lead it 31-3.
Well, 6 plays, 66 yards in that possession. The big pass to Glenn Fox to get the Jacks down close, and Corey Koenig a 1-yard touchdown run. The Jacks go up 31-3.
Well, Carrington Bush is going to be back as a return man for the first time. He's been a little exciting for Texas State, running the football as their number 3 tailback coming into the game. He's back there along with Crosby, their normal return man. And here's the kickoff into the wind, and it's a line drive by Parker Douglas. Goes to the sideline. They let it bounce. It's picked up by Bush at the 5. He'll try to reverse his field out across the 10, get up to the 15, and then be hit by a slew of blue shirts at about the 17-yard line.
Jacks did a good job of pinning that kickoff in the corner. Bush was hoping to go out of bounds, but he had to pick it up. And then the Jacks surrounded him because he is so quick and very elusive.
Yeah, and give it, you know, there are a lot of special teamers there we don't mention a whole lot, but Derek Domino and Adam Fritz were down there, as Austin Frayne, another linebacker, in on the special teams, all in on that tackle down there. So first down and 10, they mark it at the 17-yard line of Texas State. And Toon remains the quarterback, and Toon is going to hand to Bush, sweeping the right side. He got across the 25 up near the 28 or 9. Well, he is scary. It's Carrington Bush. Every time he gets the ball, he's going to start reminding you of Reggie Bush here after a while.
Well, and plus he got some good blocks out there. Tight end out there with the block. He had one of the linemen pulling, so that they did a very nice job of sealing that corner.
Guys, they might have a 4x1 or 4x2 relay team on this football squad here.
I think so.
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it? Man, they're quick.
So Bush got first down for him, 1st and 10 at the 28. Now with 3 wide receivers out to the left side. Toon works under center. Back in motion comes Luke. And Toon with a long count. He'll flip it. Bush trying to sweep again. Cuts it back. Gets up across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Finally down there. As the Jackrabbits able to bring him down. Jack's using some subs in there as well. And Brian Fisher was among those in on the stop.
Yeah, Fisher did a nice job of getting on top of Bush and just riding him down, as he didn't allow him to get that extra step.
So the Jacks mixing in some more players in their lineup. 3 wideouts to the left, 2 more to the right. Empty backfield here for Toon, the quarterback for Texas State. 2nd about 7. He wants to throws short out of the backfield to Crosby. He eluded 1 tackler and then has stood up and dropped at the 30-yard line. He spun away from Jimmy Rogers, but there are 2 other tacklers there, Schroeder being one of them. And I think from the other side, Nash Simmet came up from the secondary.
Well, they're trying to run a bit of a screen out there, and the Jacks were just too quick there. Corey Hickerson was trying to set a screen, but the Jacks went right through him.
You know, actually, I think it was Isaiah Jackson who's now in the linebacker spot, 36, not 35. And so I think Jackson will be the other one to give credit for that tackle. So mark it at the 30-yard line, where it becomes 3rd down now. And they still need to pick up about 7. Toon out of the shotgun. Toon, low snap. He goes and picks it up. Rolls to the right side. Points downfield. Fires. It's tipped in. Is it intercepted? Incomplete. Boy, the Jacks nearly had the interception. Derek Domino got a hand on it from his linebacker spot and couldn't quite pull it in.
Well, that ball snapped low. Toon was on the run and had to throw it high, and the Jacks almost intercepted it.
So a punt situation again for Chris McDonald of Texas State. Anundson goes back to return. 12:04 left in the game. Jacks lead 31-3. All the action here on WNEX in Yankton, and Jacks look like they're coming after the punt. Well, they drop back instead. Here's the boot. Good line drive with the wind at his back, and drives Anundson inside his 10. He's going to let it roll. Hope it gets to the end zone, and it does. So Anundson, who rarely fair catches and certainly wanted to return that, but when it hit over his head inside the 10, he just hoped it would get to the end zone, and it just did. And so the Jacks will take it at their own 20-yard line.
Well, with the wind, that's a 69-yard punt with the roll.
So the ball comes back to the Jacks at their own 20-yard line. And
you want to put together a nice drive now and hang on to the ball, run the clock. Jacks have been in control of this one. You don't want to have anything bad happen to you.
Scott Gillen's now in at a tackle spot, the junior from White Lake, South Dakota. Jacks, I'm sure, will bring a few new faces in here. Barry still at quarterback, works under center. On first down, he is going to roll to the right, looking to throw. Can't find anybody. Now he does. He's got Anderson up to the 35, and he's dropped at about the 39. Matt Anderson, the tight end, on the reception and a first down.
Nobody ever covers Matt Anderson. I guess they didn't think they're never going to throw to him. He had no coverage. He's wide open out there.
Just shy of the 40-yard line, almost a 20-yard pickup, and the Jacks 1st and 10.
Ryan Berry had about 4 options, and I think 3 of them were really open that he could have thrown that to and found the right guy.
Coachard in as one of the tight ends now, but Harris and Dobler are the wideouts left and right. Berry will work out of the shotgun. Jacks just shy of their own 40. And Berry on first down. Long count. Berry takes the snap, this time to keep it on the ground. Manette off the right side, 45. Up near midfield, he's dropped at the 49. That's close to another first down. Kyle Manette over 100 yards here tonight.
Boy, what a huge hole he ran through on that side, too.
So the Jackrabbits piling up the yardage.
9 yards to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, Manette, that's going to take him over. That's 105 yards for Kyle Manette.
So the redshirt freshman from Ruthven, Minnesota, having a big ball game. And now we have an officials timeout.
Timeout. Charge to South Dakota State.
Jacks call a timeout here. They'll put the man in motion, Manette. And Berry out of the shotgun here on 2nd and short. Going to hand it off to Monkey, who tries the right side, gets the first down across midfield to about the 48 of Texas State. And so Adam Monkey with the carry picks up the first down on a gain of about 3.
Yeah, some fresh legs in there for the Jacks. As ball control here is everything. Just keep the ball moving down the field, run the clock.
And Jarvis Coleman, the linebacker on the stop. They bring in some fresh white shirts on defense for Texas State as well. Jacks at the 48. Dobler goes out wide left. Harris wide to the right. And then they put 2 tight ends in the slot left and right. And Manette alongside Berry on the shotgun here. And on first down, Berry to throw. He throws it. He's got a man short. And Dobler's hit immediately at the 45. The gain will only be 2.
Well, Ryan Berry took a pretty good shot there. Blitz coming on. He really threw that ball quickly. Dobler doing a nice job of catching it.
It'll be 2nd down and about 7 for the Jacks. As the Jacks bring Monkey back onto the field. Dobler comes out now, and Glenn Fox will replace him as the wide receiver. Jacks at the 45 of Texas State. Watching the clock tick away seconds. Jacks headed for their first win of the year. Lead it 31-3. Now Berry with both the Monkey and Manette in the backfield. Coachard comes in motion as one of the tight ends. Back to throw Berry. Throws it out of the backfield to Monkey, and he falls down, though, at the 47-yard line. He tried to spin away and went down on his own, and as soon as the knee hit, he was dead at the 47.
And that time the blitz again is cornerback blitz. Will Thompson got to Ryan Berry. He's been taking some shots here.
Saunders Montague will check in as a wide receiver now, and also Anundson comes on. There's some confusion, though, and Anundson runs back off.
Guys, Texas State also taking this time to make a few substitutions. They've got about 3-4 fresh jerseys out here for their defense as well.
Yeah, they're going to be 1-3 after this contest with 3 losses in a row. They won their opener over Cal Poly. Here's Berry out of the shotgun on 3rd and long. 3rd and about 9. Berry takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, fires it high, caught Dobler. First down, 30 and out of bounds in the Texas State territory. Dobler with the sure hands, able to bring it in. They'll mark it the 29 of the Bobcats.
Pretty pass by Ryan Berry that time. Had protection, and he threw it into a crowd as Rick Palmer and also T.P. Miller had pretty good coverage out there on Dobler, but he was able to go up and over and make the catch.
And you might wonder with all the substitutions when we might see a second quarterback as well. Ryan Berry's taken a few hits tonight and has played well, but Jacks might use some experience from a number 2 man somewhere down the line. Here's Berry out of the shotgun. Monkey and Manette in the backfield with him. On first down from the 29 of Texas State. This will be the option, the pitch. Wide open Manette. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Kyle Manette goes 29 yards for the score on the option pitch. Nobody picked him up, and he outraced the defenders to the end zone.
Well, Texas State coming on a blitz, and the guy on the outside, when he came in, there was nobody home. And a nice pitch by Ryan Berry, and Manette just streaking to the flag.
And the Jacks lead it 37-3.
I think you'll see your backup quarterback now.
With 8:41 left to go in the ball game.
Guys, Kyle Minette got to about the 4-yard line, and he just went elevated. He just leaped for the end zone, took a shot, but made it inside the pylon. Didn't even move it.
Parker Douglas going to try yet another extra point. Out of the hold of Dobler, it's put down. There's the kick. It is up, and the kick is good. It is South Dakota State 38, Texas State 3. Well, 8:41 left in the game. The Jacks are headed to their first win of the year. They're up 38-3.
Boy, what a nice drive. 7 plays, 80 yards that time, with Kyle Minette going the last 29 yards on a pitch play, as the Jacks really turn up the offense tonight, and they've really turned up the defense here tonight too.
You know, again, it's hard to believe Texas State a week ago lost by 7 to Baylor. They trailed the Jacks by 35.
It's crazy business, you know. It's a crazy thing when you start comparing scores.
So the Jacks will kick off again. And it looks like Crosby will be the lone deep man this time. And Parker Douglas has to kick into the wind. That hasn't bothered him, though, tonight.
Doesn't look like the wind's let up a whole lot here, as that flag has been standing straight out all night.
So Douglas has it teed up. And here comes the kickoff from the Jackrabbits kicker with just about all the kicking records. This one will hang up for a return. Crosby at the 16, back across the 20, 25, and tripped up shy of the 30-yard line. So good coverage by the Jacks down the field as he took that at the 16-yard line, but Adam Fritz and company able to nail him shy of the 30.
Yeah, General Parnell down in there too, another one of the players for the Jacks. Kerstead also in on the tackle.
Let's call it the 29, where Texas State gets the ball with 8:36 left in the game. Their backup quarterback, Clint Toon, has played much of the second half since Bradley George left with an injury.
I was a little surprised on their last possession. They ran the ball in their first 3 plays, and I thought they'd open it up a little more, try to bring it down the field.
Well, empty backfield here. They move Bush out in the slot to the right. He's the running back. He comes back in motion, and they will fake to him and throw the pass instead. They've got a screen for the flanker, Thomas. He's across the 35 up near the 38-yard line and just shy of a first down. That time just the screen, and they got the big guard, Jeff Bowen, out there to block in front of him and able to make a good gainer out of it. It'll be second down and a long yard.
Well, but it stayed in bounds. The clock keeps running. It didn't gain them a lot of yards, 9 yards, but if they want to try to get back in the game, they really got to move in bigger chunks.
Simmet and Kerstad are now the safeties. Fritz and Gentili staying on at the corner. And Rogers, Kubish, and Jackson are the linebackers here for this second and short play. Toon works under center. Crosby comes back in motion, but they hand it off to the tailback, and Bush got tripped up as he got to the 40, but that would be enough for a first down. So actually it was Kennedy in that time, the number 2 tailback. He got enough to move the chains. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Stephen Bujita was in at the defensive line help. The middle there is the Jacks moving some new blue shirts in and out.
Well, the defensive front 4, they alternate so much that they're about 8 deep. So
yeah, they do play a lot of guys.
So they still have Batten and Schroeder in there on that defensive front wall with Bonwell. And now out of the shotgun is Toon. He drops to throw. Toon throws it out right side, got a man. It's caught, and it's Kennedy again. They back. He's out of bounds at about the 47, shy of a first down. Stops the clock with 7:35 to go in the game. Jacks up 38-3. Trailed 3-0 back in the first quarter, but they have 38 unanswered points.
Guys, you mentioned the wind went 18, still gusting at about 30 miles an hour, and the temp went from about 76 at kickoff down to about 62 right now. So still a nice night, but just a tad breezy.
Well, Texas State will be putting the sweaters on pretty soon. They're used to the 90s. It was about 100 when we were down there. Here comes the option. They pitch it off to Bush, trying to sweep, cuts it back midfield. He'll be drugged down after he gets the first down. Jimmy Rogers got him at the Jacks 46, but he gets around Rogers, and he could have been gone. He has got some speed.
They have several tailbacks with speed. The Jacks have done a very good job of containing those runs and not allowing them to break off those big 30, 40, 50-yard runs.
Mark at the 46 of the Jacks for Texas State has another set of downs. 7:29 left in the game. Texas State hoping to get a touchdown in the contest. They have just the field goal so far. Hickerson comes left, 2 wideouts to the right side. And empty backfield again for Toon. Going to bring, though, a man back in motion. And he is going to hand it off to him, and they try to sweep with Bush, and nowhere this time. He'll be dropped at the 49-yard line and lose yardage. Isaiah Jackson, Danny Batten came across the field, and Schroeder was there. And the loss on the play is, again, they put the running back in motion and handed it off to him as he went by the quarterback. Now they'll bring in their number 4 tailback, Jamar Williams.
Well, Danny Batten has been so active tonight. He comes off now kind of hobbling a bit, but he has disrupted so many plays tonight.
So, with Williams in the lineup with Kennedy, they take out Bush. And second in a bunch, they put Jamar Williams in motion. Back to throw. Toon, look out. He throws. He got a man. Scotty's hit immediately at the 45. So it's a short gain. There's a flag down on the play. And it's right where the quarterback got hit. So was he roughed?
Well, it looked like he got hit just as he delivered the ball.
It's going to be personal foul, roughing the quarterback against the Jacks.
Well, I don't know about that. Scotty, it looked to me like that was about as he delivered the ball, he got hit.
It wasn't, and he was walking away from the play as the flag was going up, and both people were still standing. So
Well,
very close call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 36 on the defense.
Well, they give it to Isaiah Jackson, the sophomore linebacker.
Automatic first down.
And it's a first down at the Jackrabbit, about 28-yard line. So Texas State with their best scoring opportunity here in the second half. They're at the Jacks 28, 1st and 10, but they trail the Jacks by 35. Luke out to the right. Thomas split to the left. Toon going to work under center. On first down, in motion goes Dunk. And play action. They're being chased. Bonwell, he had it thrown away, incomplete. Bonwell nearly had the sack, but he got it off as he was going down, and it's an incomplete pass.
You know, you see Bonwell like we do on the trips and stuff, and you can't believe the guy can be as quick as he is.
Guys on the quarterback front, Ryan Berry has taken the pads off, and both Reed Burkhart and Ryan Crawford have helmets on and playing a little catching behind the bench here.
And there was question as to whether it was intentional grounding because there were no receivers out there, but he had gotten outside the tackle area and simply threw it away because Bonwell was about to sack him. Second down and 10. Luke to the right along with Crosby and Hickerson, and 2 wideouts to the left. Empty backfield for Toon, who works out of the shotgun here on 2nd and 10. He drops to throw. Bonwell after him again, but he completes it to Scott at the 30, to the 25, and run down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of a first down there, as he was finally brought down by Justin Kubish. And they'll mark it just outside the 20, and they have to get to the 19 for a first down.
Boy, Carrington Bush came out to try to block Jason Bonwell. Bonwell just rolled him on his way to the quarterback.
So here comes a third down and about 1.5 yards. Bonwell comes out holding his back again. And Clint Toon works under center. They're in a close, tight formation. And on third down, they pitch it. They try to run with Bush. He cuts it back, gets the first down inside the 15. Flag goes down, and Bush goes down at the 10.
Batten was held big time.
And where they threw the flag, you'd have to think holding. Batten is pointing to the flag as if, yep, I got held there. Bush would have had the first down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Galen Dunk, the penalty killer, was the guy that got caught again.
So hold call against Texas State, and penalties have hurt the Bobcats tonight. So the walk-off coming against Texas State. It was thrown at the 20-yard line, so the ball comes back to the 30. And from there, it'll be third down and 11.
That's their 9th penalty for about 90-some yards.
5:25 left in the game. South Dakota State on top, 38-3. The Jacks will win their first of the season, go to 1-3, and try to repeat last year when they started a 7-game win streak with their first win.
I don't imagine we can have quite as much excitement as we did last year.
Third down and 11, passing formation here for Texas State. Toon out of the shotgun, 3 wideouts to the left side, 1 to the right. Crosby comes back in motion left to right. Toon being pressured, option, that's a pass,
Lateral.
I guess.
That was a lateral.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been called a lateral. They're going to call a lateral or a pass. They're going to call it
Oh,
a
come
pass.
on. That went forward.
Well, that'd be a forward pass.
Well, it should have gone out of, well.
I think they
Yeah, but it
count
was
as a forward pass.
behind the line of scrimmage. All right.
So now it's 4th and 11. And obviously they'll go for it here, down 38-3. Yeah, that,
whatever it was, it
an
didn't
ugly
work.
pass,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
It
But
didn't work very well
it did
at
go
all.
forward, so it's now 4th down. Toon out of the shotgun. On 4th down, the Jacks show blitz. Here come the linebackers. Toon rolls to the left, being chased. He tries to get it off. He does, and it's caught. Nice catch, but shy of a first down by Crosby, who had to go up to get it and then came down at the 22, and so they'll turn it over on downs.
And again, the defense doing a nice job getting the help with a penalty there, but the defense really putting pressure on.
So the ball at the 22-yard line, and the Jackrabbits bring in wholesale substitutions here, and backup quarterback Reed Burkhart will get his first action. Wide receiver Matt Hilland, the redshirt freshman out of Sioux Falls, gets his first action. He's out to the left side. And in the backfield, the Jackrabbits will split the backs. Monkey will be one as they work with Burkhart in the shotgun from the 22. Burkhart on first down, keeps it on the ground, hand to Jordan Paula off the right side up near the 25-yard line.
Well, this is good to get a bunch of guys in the game, get them dirty, and the experience will help at some point during the season.
So Jordan Paula gets his first carry of the season, playing in front of the home crowd, a Brookings High School player.
3 yards on the play.
2nd down and 7 from the 25-yard line. A lot of fresh faces in there. Steffen's the wide receiver. And the Jacks go double tight end. Burkhart going to work out of the shotgun. 2nd and 7 from the 25-yard line. Reed Burkhart, the senior, drops to throw. Throws it out in the flat to Monkey. Monkey across the 25, up to the 30, and up near the first down at the 35. He'll get it. He just kept moving. And Monkey, not a big guy. They list him at 200 pounds. He's only 5'9", and he just kept churning. And the short pass turns into a big gain to the 35, 1st and 10.
Now Luke Whitty was out there, one of the linemen, helping him run the ball and just pushing everything forward. So just a little dump pass by Reed Burkhart to Monkey off the left side.
Looks like, I think it's Alex Byer in at one of the tight ends right now. Saunders Montague is a wide out to the right side. Paula will be the running back for Burkhart, who works out of the shotgun here, 1st and 10 at the 35, with 3:42 left to go in the game, and the Jacks up big. Burkhart going to hand it off. They try to come up the middle and pick up a couple of yards up near the 39-yard line. And so it'll be a 2nd down coming up here as they keep it on the ground. That was Monkey who got the handoff. And
he's got that quick step, too. He got tripped up the line. There was a pretty good hole there, but he dove forward.
Hilland has been in, checks out. Steffen back on as a wide receiver. Graving will be one of the tight ends. Saunders Montague is the other wide receiver out to the left side. Now Burkhart will work under center with Monkey the lone setback. Jack's looking at 2nd down and about 6 from the 39-yard line. Burkhart, play action, rolls to the right, wants to throw. And he'll throw it over the middle. Look out, it's almost picked off. It was almost intercepted, intended for Graving, one of the tight ends, but Danielle Varvel, the safety man, had the best shot at it. And they couldn't hold on. Incomplete pass makes it 3rd down and 6.
It's always risky when you're rolling like that to throw back to the middle. Just too many bodies in there, and Varvel read it, and luckily couldn't hang on.
Burkhart, first play this year. A year ago, he had 7 of 16 passing in limited duty. Now on 3rd down and about 6. Paula's back on in the backfield with Monkey. Hillen back on as a wide receiver, and on 3rd down, Burkhart to throw. Throws to the running back. Here's Monkey out across the 40. He carries tacklers up near the first down, but not quite there at about the 43. And so it becomes 4th down, and the Jacks probably going to have to punt it away here.
Pretty big collision over there, too, as Monkey just short of the first down.
So the Jacks will punt it away. And Dean Pretty, who's had a better kicking night, will kick here to Texas State. Will Thompson is the return man. We're down to 2:15 left to go. And The punt coming up from Pretty. And he gets the snap, and here's the boot. Good high sailor held up in the wind, and Thompson takes it at his own 15, avoided one tackler, and gets spun down or the flag down as well at about the 19-yard line.
41-yard kick that time.
So the Jackrabbits will give the ball back to Texas State at the 20-yard line. And Texas State, with 1:52 on the clock, gets one more opportunity on offense to see if they can score a touchdown. They scored a field goal as the first scoring in this game back in the first quarter, but the Jacks have 38 unanswered points. They still haven't walked off this penalty, and it's going to be against Texas State. So block in the back on the return, moves it back to the 10-yard line.
Boy, not much has gone right for Texas State tonight, and really it's been all Jackrabbit here tonight from being down 3-0, and after that they didn't look back.
Joseph Blackman, General Parnell, now part of the defensive backfield for the Jacks, seeing their first action outside of special teams. Toon will work out of the shotgun, drops back to throw, throws it short, caught by Thomas, and Parnell wraps him up at the 13-yard line.
Well, Parnell came up, nice open field tackle there.
So the gain is minimal. Second down, about 7 from the 13-yard line for Texas State. And Toon with Kennedy alongside in the backfield works out of the shotgun again. And whistle and flag stop the play here. Stops the clock with 1:28 remaining. And we'll see what this penalty is all about.
Somebody over on that right side jumped off.
Well, Calvin Gore, the 300-pound sophomore right tackle, gets caught. So walk it back 5 yards. Out to the 8-yard line, and it's going to be second down and about 12 for Texas State. Toon out of the shotgun. Gets the snap, drops to throw, has time, looks, throws it over the middle, and too far, almost picked off by Blackman.
Boy, he went back and tried to catch it. It was kind of like a sinking line drive that he was trying to get down on. Couldn't quite come up with it.
Overshot Adrian Thomas, and Blackman closest to it, but couldn't get to it. Jacks continue to substitute Austin Frayne, the redshirt freshman from Trainer, Iowa, in at a linebacker spot.
You got Ross Basham in there.
Stefan Geisler, who moved from running back to linebackers, also playing in a linebacker spot, the redshirt freshman.
Jared Crumley in on the line.
Toon out of the shotgun on third and about 12. Drops to throw to his own end zone. Pressured. Sacked. No, he got the pass off. Intercepted by Geisler at the 15 to the 10. And he'll be thrown down about the 8-yard line.
Well, he ran into about the only white shirt that was over there, too. He was trying to get a block, but big pressure being put on Toon, the quarterback, and he just really dumped the ball across the middle, and there were no white shirts in that neighborhood.
Well, he was almost sacked for a safety, and he just was throwing the ball away, and a bad spot to throw it over the middle. And Stefan Geisler gets the interception in his first minute of play as a Jackrabbit on defense.
Well, that had to feel pretty good, and running with the ball when it means something.
Well, the Jacks just going to take knees from here on out now. No need to add on to this 38-3 lead, so Reed Burkhardt back at quarterback, and the Jacks will just have Burkhardt take a knee here until the clock continues to run. We're under a minute, and he'll just have to take perhaps one more snap of the football and take a knee, and the Jacks will come away with a Beef Bowl win of 38-3.
Well, and this is a formation the Jacks call victory, and they like to line up in it. And boy, this is a resounding win for the Jacks. Solid on both sides, offense and defense.
And the Jackrabbits, again, with Burkhardt taking his time to go up there, and he'll let the play clock wind down a little bit, take one more knee, and that's all they'll need. Burkhardt under center, and Reed Burkhardt will get the snap, go to a knee, and that'll do it, because there's only 20 seconds up on the clock, and those final seconds are going to tick away. Both teams will come out to shake hands, and South Dakota State, after starting 0-3, have a big offensive night tonight, and they defeat Texas State by a score of 38-3.